It's Friday night, so put on your drinking shirt, grab your favorite brain poison, park yourself down on that sofa, and let's get ready to party!
Hey everyone, and welcome to, I guess this is the first new look of Friday Night Six Pack. We've got a bit more of a professional setup happening today, and a big thanks to the very, very talented Jen and Jay, who are helping produce and as well as, really being the stars of the show. So a big thanks to everyone. So tonight we're going to have a bit of fun. We've got a few things on. So obviously we've got a little bit of a catchy clickbaity title, but my good dear friend Darth Dawkins, who I had such a wonderful and thoughtful conversation with, we thought he'd gone, but he's back, and not only is he back and jumping up in streams, he's actually using some of my own tactics. So I'm a little bit worried. I think Darth might have a little bit of an obsession happening, but that's okay. We're going to talk about that tonight. We've also got a special guest, Ed, the grumpy old dude who's here. Really interesting story that he's going to tell, so we're going to cover a bit of that as well. So what I would like to do is I would like to introduce, first of all, the regular panel, or people who we see here on a fairly regular basis. So we have got, and I'm just looking at the screen, so where everyone's ordered is very different to where I don't want to get it wrong, but we've got Jay from the Nevermore Tavern. Now, the Nevermore Tavern, for those who don't see, I believe he's on, I know it's on Sundays for me, Saturday nights for you. Is that correct, Jay?
Saturday night, yep, 9 p.m. Eastern, American time.
So pretend time, so back in the time. And for those of you who haven't picked up, Jay does sound a little bit different to the rest of us, but that's okay. He is an honorary Australian, I can promise you. We've got Jen from Jen's Little Corner. How you doing, Jen?
I'm pretty good. Got a flu, but sort of quarantined for sort of semi-quarantined for a little bit, and just to make sure it's not the horrible one. But hey, we'll see.
Right. You can't catch it over the internet, so
no,
they say.
So you guys are all safe. This is my social distancing.
You never know. If I get it, I mean, there's not 1.5 metres in the screen, but we'll see what happens. Jen has an awesome channel for those who haven't seen it. I'm sure, look, everyone here knows who most of these people are. I mean, realistically, unless this is the first time you've watched it, which it could be because I kind of got double doxed again today, but it's another story. We'll cover that a bit later. So I just thought bugger it and put it on my Facebook. And there might be a few new people in here, but for those who don't know, Jen does some really awesome science content. You did a video on one of my favourite movies. But I'm not going to give too many spoilers away. I'm just going to tell everyone to click on the link down below and go and see Jen's channel.
Good video, boring ass movie.
So anyway, so Jay's got to go.
I'll see you later.
We have Vagrant Sam. Now, for those who don't know Sam, you're kidding yourself because he has got one of the most criminally undersubbed channels. Like, he puts out some ridiculous...
Not criminal yet. Civil.
No, I'm going with criminal. So look, I'm putting a drive on. He wants to get to 150 subs. I said, to hell with that. We're aiming for 200, and we're aiming for 200 in the next couple of weeks because I want to see his rap and I want to see whatever else he's got to offer. But if you haven't subbed, and we've got Navadia. Navadia's got a little channel. It's only got about 1 or 2. You're pretty new on the scene, aren't you, Miro?
It's not really new. Actually, next week is my birthday. I think my channel's birthday. No. Maybe not.
It has to be close.
It's getting pretty close. Yeah.
Well, for those who aren't familiar with Navadia, I'm very surprised for a start. But hey, cool, you met her through me, so that's different. We'll go with that.
Pop over to my channel and leave a comment saying
have a look.
Yeah.
Chris sent you.
Say hey to the pastor, sent you, yeah. And we've got our special guest, Ed, the grumpy old dude. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm hanging in there. How's everybody doing?
Well, mate,
Good.
a lot better than me. What time is it there, mate?
It right now is 6:44 a.m.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's the same fake time zone I'm in.
Oh, okay. Well, absolute credit to both of you for jumping on so early. I know that this is like your nighttime sort of, Jay, but Ed, absolute credit, because I can tell you I wouldn't get up at 6:30 in the morning. Like, no.
I've already been up for like 2 hours. What are you, a slacker?
What is wrong with you?
So, a big hello to everyone. We've got a fair few people in the chat, so I'll just a quick Lavender Lady. Good to see you. Was on last week, so very good. Math Pig, good to see you, Math Pig. By the
Father
way,
himself.
just want to say,
absolute
loved your
credit
show this
because
morning.
I can tell you,
I
I
haven't seen Math Pig's show. Well,
Sorry.
I say this morning, probably yesterday for most people. Definitely worth checking out. And then the after show. It's pretty rare that the after show potentially eclipsed the main show, but could have happened. It was pretty entertaining. Critical Cripple, Dave, good to see you. Randy, Tangel's another Aussie involved with the ACA as well, so good to see you in here. I'm sure that I've missed some people. Not Jack, good to see you in here, mate. And if I don't say hi to Licky Lou, she'll come out and say
I did see Atheist Ant in there as well.
oh, fantastic. If you stand,
And
oh yeah,
Godless Granny.
Godless Granny.
Oh, Godless Granny! Hello, Kelly. It's Kelly. I think it's you now. I'm sorry, I've forgotten.
all these comments come in, and I miss everyone. And anyway, yeah, good to see. Lucy Lou agrees that if I hadn't said hello to her, she would have come and slapped me. I think many people have seen her come and slap me live on the stream. So it's.
Can I request she does it anyway?
I was going to say the same thing. I think she needs to do that every stream.
Please
We may
do.
have 10 likes in the next 10 minutes.
I don't know. You know what's going to happen now. It'll we'll see how far the delay actually is, because she'll actually walk out and probably slap me just so she can have a laugh. Danger Hissy, Amiga Nuts, good to see you. And Matt Stephen, Matt, he was on last week. Matt is our former Catholic priest, so good to see you. And I'm sure there'll be many other people who will pop up in chat. Apologies to anyone I've missed, but it's scrolling through so quickly. I'm just doing my best here. So if anyone sees anyone, say hi. So Ed.
Yes.
We've had a couple of conversations, I guess, and we met, I think, initially on the Daily Atheist show.
Yes, we did.
Was it on Jay's show?
No, it was same day I met him. He was on
All right.
Daily Atheist.
Yeah, Daily Atheist.
And then it's I think we saw you on Nevermore Tavern, and now here you are here. And well, I guess I don't want to. It's not up to me to tell your story, but you do have an interesting story. And I guess if you're happy, I'd love for you to share your story. And give us a bit of a background, and I guess we might jump in with a couple of questions as we go.
All right. The long and the short of it is, I grew up Catholic. I was baptized Catholic. In my early teens, I started questioning Christianity, and then, of course, I tried to push through that, and I graduated high school at 16 and went to seminary, and realized that I did not believe anything in the Bible, and I found insufficient evidence for any God, so I became an atheist. Unfortunately, when I was 19 years old, I went to prison and became a member of a group that was called World Church of the Creator, a white supremacy group. And I did that for quite a while until I realized that they had no evidence to prove their claims, and they were just all about hate and trying to destroy things. And
so I guess to jump in, so World Church of the Creator, that's it? So I'm assuming it's a Christian.
no, they are actually an atheist hate group. They do not believe in any God or gods. They believe their race is their religion.
Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've been to the website. It is messed up shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that is it a regional thing in the US, or is it a?
No. There's actually a few of them over on your side of the world. They have groups in Australia, the United Kingdom, South Africa, Canada, a few other places.
Okay. So I guess roughly to get an idea, do you know roughly what kind of membership they've got? I mean, we obviously if that'd be, I'm assuming that they'd be in the thousands, but
yeah, they've broken off into little groups. They're trying to do like the whole cell system at the moment, so it's kind of hard to track down exactly how many members they have at this point, and they've changed their name. I'm sure Jay, he's looked at their page and everything, and now they're going by a name of Creativity Alliance. Okay. So yeah, they keep trying to change their name so they can, hide and I guess, stay out of the limelight and everything, and build their numbers up.
Would you consider them to be a cult? Do you know much about
yeah, most definitely. Model? Yeah, they're definitely cultish in a lot of ways, but they're, like I said, they're a hate group, but yeah, they're definitely cultish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
Jay went through this on his channel when we was interviewing.
Cool.
Yeah, hang on. I want to show something here just real quick.
Hang on a sec. You want to share screen, do you, Jay?
Yeah, just real quick.
While we're doing that, there's a question in the chat. Navadia, what you munching?
Cherry tomatoes and cheese.
Wow, you actually got vegetables or food. Well done.
Yeah.
What was that? Sorry.
Jeez.
You actually managed to get fresh food.
Share screen's up, Jay.
Yeah. So this is the website itself. This is what pops up when you actually go to their website. So this will give you just a rough estimate of what these people are like.
All right, so they look like so white people say the white race. So I guess to ask the question, Ed, and sorry to be running through old stuff. Oh, we've just lost Navadia.
No, we didn't. Jay didn't pay any attention to how to do screen sharing properly.
All I did was hit stop sharing.
All right, hang on a sec. I know. Yeah, please don't do that on me.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're just having some technical difficulties. So we'll just
lost Mary, but we
there I am.
I guess that was my fault. I did it wrong.
Yeah, it was actually my fault because
losing Mary was her fault. Confusing me was Jay's fault because he got a bit of ahead of himself.
No, it was my fault because I had the Dave's StreamYard tidy script up, and I couldn't see anything.
You realise if you upgrade to the new one, you can turn it on and off with the on-off button, Mary.
It's not anyone here's fault. I think we can all agree that we'll blame MathPig. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you're going to share screens, I'll tell you when I'm ready for you to share it. I'll tell you when you can stop sharing as well. So.
Now, I'm just going to say we will get back to the story, but
what are we drinking?
There's something very, very insulting that's been put in the chat. We are all drinking.
I've almost finished the whole bloody drink.
Except for Ed, because it's 6:30 in the morning.
Well,
that's no excuse.
I have a little surprise for everybody. I'm drinking near beer.
Near beer.
That's
close enough.
So is that a non-alcoholic beer? Is it?
Yeah.
Yep. Too easy. So with this group, I guess if you could sum up their beliefs pretty quickly, what do they? Obviously, there's the white nationalist side of things.
Right.
Where are they justifying that from?
Their four core values are nature, history, logic, and common sense. The only problem is the nature. Yeah, pretty much. The nature they follow, in a nutshell, is they try and claim that each race is a different species.
Oh, wow.
That's not how evolution works.
No.
Plain and simple. That's completely false. And the rest of their nature is just kind of twisted to their own values. As far as history goes, they try and twist history too. You know, for example, they try and say the Roman Empire fell because of Jewish indoctrination through Christianity. That's not how any of that happened.
Well, no, it's not. No,
So-
not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, we
at
all
the
know it was
time-
the aliens.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a single Gaulish village that had magic potions.
Yeah, at the time I got into this religion, I was very young. I really didn't have, all the knowledge that I have now. I didn't do a lot of research on my own, and I had older people showing me these papers with citations, and it looked legit, and I fell for it. I got sucked into it for quite a while.
And I guess obviously being locked up at the time too, I would imagine that there was probably other pressures that made you want that sense of community. I know that it's tribalism's a big thing within prisons. So
and at the time, and this was in New Jersey, and the Nation of Islam under Louis Farrakhan was a really big group within the prison system. And they are, of course, black separatists, and they're racist in their own right.
No, definitely. So you mentioned that you got out of it, you realized it was all garbage.
Yeah.
Did you get out of it while you were still locked up, or was it after you'd gotten out that you got out of it? Or
I started to pull away while I was still in prison, and then right after I got released, I stepped fully out of the whole thing. I was done.
Too easy. So I guess I'll let you sort of continue. Sorry, I just wanted to jump in there and get an understanding of what that was.
My interview, Chris.
Hey,
I said thanks for stealing my interview, Chris.
have you already done the interview?
No.
No.
Well, complain
It isn't until May 2nd.
Complain to the public.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll go into more in depth.
And you know the worst thing too. I mean, it's not only that. I stole your mirror, the Darth Dawkins thing. I'll take a look at you, Jay.
500 something, almost 500 more views than mine. Yeah, I see how you are.
Okay, Chris.
That's look. My whole channel is just built off. I'm just going to steal other people's.
Not only that, Jay, he steals all our talent to get all this looking pretty for him.
Exactly. How could he?
Shocking, isn't it? Dead set.
You bastard.
I know. It's true. It's all true. You caught me out. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you kids and that rascally dog.
I must admit, it does look nice, though. If I am tooting my own trumpet, it does look nice.
I've got to say, it's looking pretty good. And do me a favor, everyone who's in the chat there, like give Jen a big compliment for putting all this together, because let me tell you, I couldn't do it. Like, seriously, I'm useless at this stuff. I'm great with digital media as far as the social side of things and advertising. I've got no creative skills. Nothing. That's why I rely on other people and steal their interviews and do all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I guess moving on with your story and covering things that won't be in Jay's interview.
What's your favorite food? What do you like in prison? Yeah.
Do you have a dog?
No, but I have 4 cats.
Hey.
Okay, so on that note, unfortunately, Ed's going to have to jump out now because no, we've only got one cat person here, and that's Sam. We allow that, but through gritted teeth. But
Hey, facts is facts, and cats are better than dogs, and I can prove it.
Cats are cats.
Our first cat was a rescue. She was a little homeless kitty, and we took her in, and then she had babies.
Fair enough.
We'll let that one pass then.
But we do have a cat that acts like a dog because he will play fetch.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so cute.
So what we might do, I guess it's because we're going to be here for a little while, we'll probably come back to a bit of that, I guess, the next part of the story after. So we'll keep it as a bit of a, we're going to space it out so people are forced to continue watching. What I'm going to do, I actually want to throw across to you, Sam, and just kind of get you to have a bit of a chat about, because you're getting close to 150 subs, man.
Yeah, true. I think I'm at 136.
Oh, not much to go.
There was a big push last weekend, which was really good. I think my last video did all right. So my last video was, again, everyone here has probably already seen it. But my last video was on the discussion on Indigenous Australians and whether or not they should have the right to be protected from invasive species. See, I've already gotten that slur from the Jack Daniels. But the invasive species of missionaries. So there was a community a few weeks ago that's, God, it feels like longer now because there's been so much happening. But yeah, there was a community that was like, hey, we don't want missionaries coming in to interfere with our culture and stuff. And there was some discussion online about it. I know Mr. Bear Atheist put out a...
Obviously, that's the Indigenous position. Do you know what the missionary position is?
Yeah, it's when
It's
you
like
are...
one on top of the other?
Hey, someone got it.
It's what my wife like.
So obviously, when you get to 150 subs, you have promised us something rather special.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen my deconversion story, you can find that on Neil 604 Atheists backlog or my very first video from about 6 months ago. So I was a Christian. I was a Christian from the age of 13 till about 21 is when I sort of left the church. But from the age of 15 to probably 19, I was an active Christian hip-hop artist here in Australia. So that's two things for you Americans. It is a white guy doing hip-hop, and it is an Aussie accent rapping, which sounds really weird to people for the first time, even Australians. I remember when Aussie hip-hop started to become more prominent in Australia, and a lot of feedback on one of the more prominent groups now, Hilltop Hoods, was people were like, oh, they just sound weird. I just can't listen to it. So really exciting for you Americans to hear that if you haven't heard an Aussie spit of rhymes before, because I was able to find
Spit a rhyme, I like that.
Yeah, well, you've got to have lots of different ways of saying things, Chris, because you've got to rhyme them with different words. You can't just say rap, because then you're just stuck with attack, a cat, go splat. Like, you need to mix it up, you know?
I don't know. So can we get you? Can we get a little bit of freestyling here?
No. it has been 20 years since I freestyled.
If we get you to 150 subs tonight on the stream, can we get a freestyle?
You don't know Rap God by heart? Come on, man.
No, I don't know Rap God by heart. I have. I think my go-to was Young MC, Buster Rhyme.
Buster?
Yeah. Oh, not Buster Rhymes. Young MC's song. Buster Move. Sorry.
Buster Move. Yep.
Buster Move.
Do you know Ice Ice Baby?
Who doesn't?
I don't actually.
Really?
Not by heart. I'm really bad.
Gangster's Paradise? Gangster's
That's
Paradise.
more of a
Amish Paradise.
Yeah, Amish Paradise.
Like, that's a bit sing-songy for my voice. I don't quite have the cadence for it, shall we say? But we'll see. It's kind of something I'm holding for my channel. I'm sort of.
And
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I really want to put it out.
Aussie Hip Hop is.
You want to put out, do you?
Well, that.
What was that, Chris?
Godless Scummers just commented that I thought Aussie Hip Hop was a reference to kangaroos. Well, Godless Scummer, the joke's on you because kangaroos aren't real and neither is Australia. There you go.
You're like that with the drop bears.
You know what?
Drop bears are totally real.
If people knew about it, they would never come here when there wasn't a travel ban.
Really freaking out about drop bears the other day. I think it was on Daily Atheist, and I think it was Eric Murphy, and I'm talking about the drop bears, and he's going, man, they sound awful. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful because I got to share the dangers of drop bears with them.
With Eric Murphy, of all people, Eric Murphy, who has the smoothest voice. He has a beautiful voice.
And you know what? I'll say this. Like when we were talking after the show and stuff, like Eric is exactly what you see is what you get. He is that way behind the scenes, having the conversation. genuinely wants to have a chat with you. Like, just amazing.
He seems like a lovely guy. He just genuinely seems like a nice guy.
And actually, I'll tell you who else is good fun, and that's Jen Aldridge, who we're getting on.
Oh, Jen is amazing.
In a couple of weeks. I was having a good chat with her, and I think Six Pack would be right up her alley. She said, Aussies drinking, I'm in. It's like, sweet, we're good. We're good. This will be fun. So, yeah, it's going to big things happening on Six Pack for the next few. So this is the part where I was going to ask everyone what they're drinking. Now, we know that everyone is drinking. Of course.
Por supuesto.
What
I
do you
already
want
know. We held them up.
Yeah, well, let's indulge.
Talk about it. Sell it to me. Tell me why I should be drinking your drink.
Because it tastes nice.
Nice. We thought of a job in marketing.
Well, mine's the traditional Wakachangi because it's quite a nice beer. It is a quite nice beer. Like that's not false advertising. That is actually genuinely quite nice.
I would drink it just to be able to say Wakachangi.
Wakachangi.
Isn't it fucking Changi?
It probably is Wakachangi. That's probably why they call it that.
Oh, actually, no. I might have to have the H after it. I don't know. Any Kiwis in there in the chat?
I thought you
Give us
said
the head.
Fuckachangi. I'm
How
like,
have we
what?
not had a Kiwi on this show?
Wakachangi, like if there's depends on how they there's certain words in Māori that are like make that fuck noise. I think two or something like that is fuck.
Like
I can't remember. I've never learnt Māori, so I can't tell you what it is, but I do know that.
You want a Kiwi? Get a hold of the Easy Kiwi on Twitter. Used to be anti-fighter.
I mean, I was trying to get my favourite Kiwi, Ray Comfort, on, but he hasn't responded yet. So come on, Ray, jump on, come on, mate. We have a lot of things to talk about, Ray.
It's so sad. I'm really disappointed for you.
So, one thing I do need to talk to everyone about, and look, the title of the show kind of gives it away, but I'm a little bit concerned. And I'm concerned for the, I guess for the safety and the conditioning of my good friend Darth Dawkins. Ever since me and Darth danced, I thought he might have lost interest, but lately he's been popping up in pretty much anything I'm on. He's got a new alias, which is really kind. He likes to keep the mystery up. But then the other day he jumps into a debate and he actually used the tactic that I used against him, and I thought it was quite nice. He mirrored an argument or do his best to mirror an argument to try and get a laugh. He didn't do it particularly well, but I'm a little bit concerned that Darth might be a bit obsessed with me.
Well, you've now got a fan, mate. You need to know that somebody out there loves you in a weird, kind of creepy way.
I know.
So that's a good thing.
Thumbs down. So I know that was Darth.
Isn't it like an origin story, like the Batman and Joker?
Look, possibly.
Yeah, true.
Dunked him in acid, and now his mask is stuck to his face, and he's after you to prove that he's still got it.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I'm just trying to think. I mean, there's two things I'm worried about. I mean, obviously in Darth's very conservative Christian nutcase community, I'm a bit worried about Darth coming out of the closet for a start. And I guess we probably need to get some advice for Darth about how we can best, navigate this new phase of his life. And we also, I guess, I need some advice on how should I let Darth down, because it's flattered
the
as
thing
me.
is,
very fast from a great height.
I've already got Lissy Lou, and I mean, it's if Lissy Lou got hold of Darth, I mean, she would kill him, and that wouldn't be very nice. And then I've got my American wife already, so I don't need Amanda, who I don't think set her alarm this morning, but that's okay. So I mean, Amanda is already the American wife, so I don't really need another American wife. So I mean, how do we handle this? I mean, what do we do? How do I let down?
First of all, I think we should just extend the olive branch to Darth and say, if you do come out, we will be here for you. I mean, we'll try really hard to
come out,
not laugh at you.
Weird sort of coming out that he did the other day.
Yeah, but like if you do have those feelings, mate, it's okay. It's okay to be gay. It's fine. We all agree and we all accept that.
Do you think his weird kind of fake coming out the other day was a cry for help?
You could have stopped that. Do you think it's weird? Yes.
Yeah.
That was essentially his bad mixed up version of the Hindu thing I pulled on him.
What did he say? What did he say? Because I missed that.
Oh no, he had a go at trans and all the LGBTQ plus community in his opening statement by pretending he was LGBT and then saying LGBT means something else with religious.
Yeah. I think he had a punchline in mind, and so he tried to reverse engineer from the idea that he got LGBT could stand for Elohim believing godless Trinitarians or something like that. And so like he led up into that by saying, I'm coming out as part of the LGBT community. And it was just all leading up into him like, oh, by that I mean whatever doc. Like, I didn't quite catch the joke on the last bit because it sounded.
The first part of the joke was about him transitioning all his labels. So a direct dig at trans people, and then then the second part was with the lettering and renaming it and said, "Oh, I'm coming."
That's what I mean. I think he built
I heard he was.
And it was just really.
But it wasn't funny. It was offensive, and it was just fucked up, to be honest. But it could be a cry for help.
It could be. And the interesting thing is, he used Elohim as the L part of it. Does he realise that starts with an E? I mean, I know he's not particularly the sharpest tool in the shed, but it does start with an E.
Yeah.
I think there's some Hebrew forms that don't use vowels, though. I think.
Chris Malab has joined the chat.
Like you see Yahweh spelled out vowels because it's God's name, so it might be the same for Elohim. Maybe I'm just speculating because that's how Yahweh gets written down sometimes.
Why on Lizzie Rock's music back?
Does that count as her hitting me?
No, she actually has to come up and just
smack you one.
In all fairness,
no, she needs to do it 1.5 meters away from you.
Yeah, I keep telling you to say.
Now follow through.
So I video chatted with her the other day from the other room, and that was fine. But no, it was good. I just put in the chat, "Hey, Lissy Lou, can you get me a beer?" And we've got a 5-second delay. She was out here, so you know what? That is love. That is love. That is love in these funny socially isolated.
Who's sleeping on the couch, by the way?
Hopefully me, because our lounge is really, really good.
Okay.
And it's where the TV is.
Well, we just heard it, Lizzie. You get the entire bed to yourself.
No. That's what you think. We've got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. She doesn't get the entire bed to herself. She'll be lucky if she's still on it.
But do you know what? She could just as easily go, but Daddy really likes cuddling while he watches television.
No, look, as much as I love Lissy Lou, and I will get a slap for this, the extent of her vocabulary after a certain period of time is about, I'm the same. It's the joys of it all. But look, she's pouring me a beer right now, so I can stay here in the stream with all of you. So, you know what? I really shouldn't be tormenting her. I love you, darling.
You missed his face.
She didn't. Anyway, so Navadi's got to drop out now because we're not going to encourage that here. So anyway, getting back to it. So Darth. I mean, what do we do about Darth? I mean, how do we help Darth? And what do you reckon?
Giving him oxygen. I would agree with you on that one, Sam.
Yeah, he bores me. Like, that sounds trite. I get it, but it was funny because like I saw the debate with Shannon live. What was that? A week before your debate with him. Yeah. And after that, I was like, okay, he's got nothing to say. He's got no, like, as a troll, he bores me. Like, if you're going to be a troll, be entertaining. If you're going to be neither, just go away. And the funny thing was, like, I think because of this week with the stuff that you've done with him and the stuff that Shannon did, I think he was really trending in the YouTube search results. So, congratulations, mate. But it spat out a discussion he had on the atheist. I think it was atheist experience. It was either that or Talk Heathen. I forget which one.
That was atheist experience, wasn't it? Where
no, Talk Heathen. He never got on AXP.
Yeah, he's been on the call in on atheist experience, and Matt tore him apart.
Yeah, like he's had different names, and it was EF back then for whatever reason. I forget what that Evolution
Falls.
Yeah, that's what it was coming.
Same rhetoric, the same points, the same line. He is just. It's like a shitty show from like the 60s on repeat at 6 p.m. after the news.
He's a poor man's Saitan Birkengate.
He's not even a poor man's Saitan. He's just.
Have you seen the video where Sai tears him apart?
Yeah, Sai's not a fan of him at all.
When Sai's tearing your apologetics apart, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
You've got a problem. But anyway, that's okay. It's all good. So, look, I'll say this. The conversation I had with him a couple of weeks ago was fun. It was just because it was obvious where he was going. It was just he had the script to follow. He pulled out all the classic hits like "I can't hear you," "You're speaking over me," "You finished the question." Like,
You're interrupting me.
It was great. It was I
almost on the hit parade.
A fangirl moment. It's like oh, he did that to me. That's good. So it was good. It was really nice that that happened. And anyway, it's all fun. But so look, I guess this is. I don't know if is it a man crush? Is it love? I mean, because he quite.
It's definitely love.
Yeah,
it's definitely love.
He tried to take the move out of my playbook. He keeps showing up in my streams. I mean, I only stalk people this much, if they're Nevada and I really want to see what they're up to this week, or I'm being a weirdo, or both. But
I think it was both for me, wasn't it, mate?
The thing is too is Darth has been very good to Math Pig too.
Oh yeah.
Darth has been good for Math Pig's analytics too. So
I was pretty impressed. I was actually trending as the #1 ranking for searches for Darth Dawkins. Darth Dawkins destroyed Darth Dawkins debate. So I thought, you know what, that is actually pretty cool. And I was ranking top 10 for all these others. I'm like, holy crap, my little channel's going off.
I don't think I've had that. I don't think I've had that. And I had a pretty interesting experience this week.
I think with your interview, Navadia, there's a lot of other big channels that have been very active on it recently as well. So it's a bit of a tougher one than Darth Dawkins, who actually no, because he was on. Was it Shannon's channel he was on?
Shannon and
yeah, he was on Shannon.
No, but that was on Modern Day Debate, so they were both on Modern Day Debate.
That's right.
I just looked. You're #1. I'm #5.
And it's your video, Jay. That's brilliant.
It's my video.
Are you going to let
I'm using the YouTube program that you told me to use.
I know. The funny thing is this stream is ranked #3.
Oh, that's brilliant. This stream will go hot.
Can you do that for my experience and see what's going on? Because my video, my thing was kind of went nuts.
Well, hang on. No, stop.
I don't want to derail it.
Complain to the public.
I'm sorry. It's just that the policy just states that we should allow.
You're a conspiracy theorist.
Queenslanders.
I am a conspiracy. Yeah, I really am. I'm not a skeptic at all.
No, clearly.
Wow. Oh, that was hilarious, though.
Really
I'm still laughing over that. The memes that have come out of that interview, holy shit.
I think the next DaveCon's actually being sponsored by sales of shirts from that, actually, I think.
Speaking of shirts,
I'm going to fly you over. Now, I want to move down to Jay and find out what's happening on, because it's been a few weeks since you rebranded to Nevermore. How's it all going, man?
I'm doing good. I just picked up 2 new subscribers on this stream, so thank you. Tajil. I don't know how you pronounce the name. Tangiel. Yeah.
Yep.
And got this granny, so thank you to both of them. But speaking of shirts, Raven has posted in our Teespring the kidney donor shirts, and on the back it says because everybody wants a piece of it. So it's the kidney donor shirts there. And as of this morning, I have saved up enough money on Patreon to buy a new editing program, so that'll be going good. So thank you to all my patrons for donating. Because of you guys, I'll be getting a new editing program here probably after I'm done with the stream.
Awesome.
Get pulled
Which
out.
one are you going to get, Jay?
Hit Film Express.
Film Expression.
Oh, cool.
The full right now they've got a thing running where you can get the $185 package for $39.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm all over that one.
Can you do me a favor after this stream? I want you to download this video, edit it, put it on your channel, and get more views.
Okay.
Just so I don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
Get one back. Get one back.
So yeah, so that's just before we started this, I got finished recording the Richard Ramirez. So I'll get that edited probably tonight because I ain't got nothing to do tonight. I'll probably do that tonight. Biggest problem was trying to get the audio to sound differently because the way I had Audacity set up was for the old mic, so I had to play with it for the new mic. So it took a long time getting it to sound right. Hopefully it sounds good. So, but yeah, so that's all good.
Sorry.
No, I'm good.
The Daily Atheist has just put, looks like you're upping your tech game. Looks good.
He's not, we are.
Other people
the
are
challenge is out there, Chris. You're going to have to lift your game because we are staying ahead.
After I saw these flashy graphics the other day, I'm like, I need flashy graphics too, but I don't know how. Fortunately, I've got some very, very good friends in the community.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, because here's the thing with that, because tonight Jen's producing. Now, when I produce, it's going to look completely different.
Oh,
really? Are you going to do an entirely different one? Are you, Jay?
We'll go with a completely different one, and we'll use Zoom instead of StreamYard.
Oh, I realized you'll use Zoom when you do yours. But do you want these assets so that you can reuse them, or are you just going to do an entirely different layout?
I'm just going to do a completely different one.
So we'll be running two different layouts.
Variety
so we'll know who's using which one's producing.
Yeah,
that's
kind of
cool.
a variety. So you're not looking at the same thing every week. So
I assume you want the intro and outro movies, though.
Yeah, yep. I'll need the intro and outro.
Oh yeah, they're pretty. I don't want to lose those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Dick for doing the voiceover for the beginning.
Oh yeah, Dick was amazing. It sounds brilliant. So.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really, really cool. And I don't know if everyone would have seen it because we didn't get to see it here live in the stream, but yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I got to see it earlier. It was good fun.
That's right. Nobody else got to see it because I showed it to Chris earlier.
But anyway, let me assure you, it was really good. The only thing that was different is it did say Mama Atheist was going to be on here, and I think she's asleep. She was up a bit late. It was a few hours ago. I said to her, Amanda, go to bed. You need to get up. And she's like, no, I'll be right. I'm just going to go through and sleep later. I'm just like, yeah, we'll see. But anyway, that's okay.
It also you'll notice that the credits don't say that Navadia was going to be on tonight because we sort of got Mero in at the last minute because Amanda didn't make it. So thanks, Mero, for that.
Thank
Not
you.
that I harangued you to get me on.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm like, oh. So I'm thinking, what do we do without Amanda? I've gone to Twitter to Amanda, where I am. I'm like, oh, cool.
Mero wants on. That's so convenient.
I'm just the poor. I'm the poor person's Amanda. We all know that.
Yeah,
No, you're right. That's fine. It's just I apologize that you're not in any of the credits because I pre-made them for the show. So
now, actually, next week's show is going to be really interesting because I'm actually I'm not here.
No, he's not.
How does that work?
I'll take odds against you not being here, but yeah.
Well, Jay will be producing next week.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right, Jay?
Yeah.
Producing? You're home early enough for that?
Yes.
Well, I've found myself in a fairly interesting situation this week. We've got all these. So, look, I'm sure this is a global thing: social distancing, keeping away, staying away from gatherings. I've got 2 weddings in the next 6 days. One of which I've got to jump on a plane to Queensland. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to be in Brisbane very briefly before ducking across to.
So you're going to make the effort to catch up with Mero and Notcha when you're in Queensland, when you're in Brizzy?
And Sam, because Sam's
I'm sorry, Sam. I am so sorry, Sam. I keep forgetting you're in Brizzy too.
If anyone wants to duck over to the airport bar on Tuesday,
No way, I'm not going to say that.
No. I like the idea of not killing people.
Hey, it's Chris. It's Chris. It's not people. Chris.
Am I a bit quiet, chat?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'll pull the mic up.
Under normal circumstances, I would probably arrange to get with everyone and post a few stupid photos on social media. But you can all stay away from me.
Yeah, fuck off.
Well, we can come and wave at each other.
I am actually kind of devastated about this. It would have been awesome to have met you.
Yeah, well, that's all right. It won't be my.
The wedding will be postponed and it'll be down in 6 months. I'm not being negative. I've had 2 weddings cancelled as well. So.
Well, neither of mine have been. I've got one on Sunday, which is it's one of my oldest friends. We went to school together, and it's her wedding, and she's really upset because the numbers were dropping off. But now they've brought out these new rules. So if the numbers hadn't have dropped off, she would have had to have cancelled the whole thing. But now the numbers have actually got her within the limit, and it's actually worked out all right. And plus,
nice.
She's got the people who want to be there, and I'll be there in my nice suit with my gloves on, and I won't
Purell in the pocket.
But and someone said wave as you pass over Kempsey. I will. I'm very excited to be. I'm actually jumping on a flight. It's called Corporate Air or something like that, and it flies out of Wollongong, so I'll get to go from Wollongong, which is where I live, straight to Brisbane, and then I'm making my way across to Toowoomba. So any advice for getting to Toowoomba cheaply without having to see people would be great.
Just drive, just hire a car and drive. That's what I would do. Yeah,
but the wedding in Queensland, it's my cousin's wedding, and he's my little cousin. I first met him when I was 18, and he was this newborn baby, and we're very close ever since. I'm actually best man at his wedding, so it's a ridiculously huge honour. So it's, you kind of
got to go.
Yeah,
hey, if it goes ahead, at least it'll be something nice,
Yeah, and look, best of all, Lissy Lou's not coming anymore. So what happens in Queensland stays in Queensland, so they say.
Postcode, it's not cheap.
Yeah, I'm going to get another slap in about 5 seconds, I reckon, but that's okay. We'll see.
Go, Lissy.
And someone's saying, I cut my teeth on hash in the gong. I think not that there's any of that down here. It's a lovely community, very, very nice.
Absolutely not. No, not at all.
No, Yeah, Lissy is sad she can't go, but that's all right. She gets a holiday from me, and I get a holiday from her and the kids. So,
and you get to come back with coronavirus.
Yeah, because we've got lots of it in Queensland.
For a week after, I'm actually going to self-isolate. I'm just going to play it safe, self-isolate. All my work's online stuff anyway, which I can say. I don't have to go out. Although what does suck is my business is entirely 100%. I do digital media work for pubs, clubs, restaurants, and entertainment venues. Guess how many are advertising with me next month?
0.
My business, in the last couple of days, just went bang, nothing. But anyway, 5.
So we all have to remember to not spend the money that the government's going to give us on Amazon. You actually have to go out and buy from local businesses. So do that.
No, don't do that. What they should do is they should jump on and click on my Patreon link. And,
see, I was going to do that, Chris, without having a Patreon. So that was not bias. What I was going to say is if you're in a position, now is a good time to support creators online that you can support. And I say that as someone that you cannot support financially at the moment. That a lot of these people, and I've already seen the shift of people that do create online and they do it as a hobby. There are people that are leaning into it more as a losing jobs, losing reliability in hours and casual work, and people are moving online to try and fill that gap in their lives. And for some of us who are in industries that are very secure, now might be a good time to think about, we're all staying home more, we're getting less takeaway, we're going to the movies less, maybe try and funnel some of that cash into the people that are really hurting. I think that'd be a great community effort that we could sort of encourage. I say that as someone that will
it does genuinely help us, I guess, do what we love doing. And I mean, look, no one gets into this because you think you're going to make $1 million. Because let me assure you, you don't. I mean, I think combined at the moment, I make $10 a month from Patreon. So that's. It's not a lucrative thing, but that little bit of money that that does come in, it allows me to do a bit more. It might be the difference between upgrading a few things, getting some new graphics, getting a better mic, being able to get spend a bit more time doing it. Although I worry about the hourly rate at the moment because it's business is not looking good.
Well, I was able to take Lucius to the vet because of my patrons. Like my Patreon money, so that was a really special thing. I totally agree. Unfortunately, I've got a hit, and thankfully, I am in a financial situation where I can handle that. But also, all of the Patreon stuff is all in US. They've changed it straight to US dollars, and so right now it's like 55 cents Australian to $1 US, when it's usually about 70 cents to the Australian US, and it's just way I can't look at that and go, as much as I love Notja, because Notja, I was supporting him on the highest tier level, me giving him, that's like equivalent to $122, $23 a month. And just like
you can pay Notja in other ways.
And I do pay him other ways as well. I was like, dude, every month, like, I'll give you $20 a month, and when I see you, I'll give you a $50 note. Because it's pardon?
Is that what they call it?
Now with the $50 note, does he have to dance and you insert it in the underwear, or?
Oh God, no! Oh God, no! No!
Insert it in the underwear. Is that what you said, Chris? Insert it in the underwear.
I know. As soon as you said insert,
how these things work.
Like,
I mean,
what are you?
You slip. You slip it in.
You
Slip it in.
alternatively, you can make it right.
And just kind of like I'm inserting this right. I don't know.
Gotta make sure it's wet enough first.
There's no insertion in regards to the $50 note. Just put it that way.
Incidentally, I'm hearing cackling from the bedroom, so I know what to play. Someone thinks so.
Yeah, as far as me, this might become more of a full-time thing for me since I hurt my back. And luckily, I have a wonderful wife who has a career because she went to school.
Does she walk up midstream and slap you as well, or is it just me that has to suffer with that?
Well, she came up and made me reshoot a video the other day, and but she hasn't come on the stream. She's a little too shy for that, I think.
Don't you Hissies made a very, very good point in the chat. This poor bloke with Chris for best man, and he doesn't even know how to pay a stripper properly.
That's terrible.
Shocking. It's, but that's okay. It's, I don't know, are there any good strippers in Toowoomba, or is it?
No.
Have you looked? Have you, Sam? Have you actually looked?
That was pretty quick. That was
you don't need to, trust me.
There is a solid stripper economy in Queensland, and they funnel down to Gold Coast, or they end up doing fly in, fly out work in places like Townsville and Mount Isa and stuff.
You know a lot about this, Sam.
Sam has a secret career.
Good knowledge. It pays.
Well,
Hey, if you're going to spend money, you got to get bang for the dollar, right?
Bang for your dollar, right?
Yeah,
We know what sort of strippers you go for.
I said to my cousin, I said, I've heard a few things about Toowoomba. A few of my friends in Brisbane have sort of said I should be careful. What's going on? And he's gone, what are you talking about? It's a lovely place. I thought,
if your wife's
I might just look at that. Although that being said, he's moved from a little town outside of Cooma. Do you guys know where Cooma is?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, it's
it doesn't exist. It's in Australia.
we used to jokingly call it Bumblefuck, Idaho, because it was just like the middle of nowhere. But so he's sort of gone from there. So Toowoomba's like the big smoke for him. So it's kind of it's a big deal. It's a big deal. But that's probably why I like Wollongong so much when he visited. But anyway, and yes, we've got funny names for places: Toowoomba, Wollongong. Wagga Wagga's nice too.
Wagga Wagga.
Woi woi.
Well,
Woi
Woi
woi.
woi.
I mean, they have to make up names. Australia's made up, so.
Actually, there's a place in Australia called Did You Bring Your Grog Along? Not shitting you. There is a place called Did You Bring Your Grog Along? There's also a place called Blue Knob.
Is that where the drop bears are?
And all the Americans are going, I'm not even shitting you? What the fuck?
Yeah, well, we here in Pennsylvania have blue balls and intercourse.
Oh, they are.
I'd like to know how you can have blue balls and intercourse at the same time, though. Aren't they mutually exclusive?
One or the other.
Yeah, they're like almost right next to each other too.
Which one's the more populous of the two, out of curiosity?
Sure,
I don't know. I have to look that up. I don't know.
Blue balls.
There's there is a place where you can buy a map where it gives you all the funny names on the map, and there's just some hilarious ones out there. But yeah, no, my mum used to live around Blue Knob, so yeah, it was always a bit of a giggle for me.
I'll leave that one alone, Nevada.
Yeah.
Right on.
There's a Climax, Georgia, in the U.S.
Oh yeah, there is. That's right.
Climax, Georgia. Come on, Georgia. Climax with only women. Climax.
Bug Tussled, Kentucky.
You know what? That actually explains something, because Lissy Lou said to me that she was going to Climax the other day. I thought, oh, awesome, and then I saw these plane tickets booked. But anyway, I guess that's off.
There's Sandwich, New Hampshire.
So you just admitted to us that you can't do it very well in the sack, then, just Chris. So
I've got 3 kids. I don't even remember what it's like.
You finish that. Don't prove you finish.
Well, that's why Darth wants to get to know you better.
Darth could be my last shot. So Darth.
He's got 4 fingers, a thumb, and a bottle of lube.
Okay, there we are. We're here. Welcome to Six Pack.
Alright, there we go.
Now, something interesting happened today, in the last couple of days, and it's sort of Lissy Lou's coming in at the right time. She must have known I was almost ready for a beer top up, but yeah, something interesting happened in the last couple of days. So there might be a few extra viewers in here because the threat once, even though I doxed myself a few weeks ago, the threat popped up once again because apparently not too many people would have seen it. So I thought, fuck it, and I put it on Facebook. So I put it on my personal Facebook page today, and just thought, well, that's going to end my my political ambitions probably, but we'll see. Lissy says, who cares?
She's probably like, thank fuck for that.
So there might be a few people in here who know me in the real world who are going, what the fuck is going on here? I used to talk at my church. So I did used to talk at your church. Send me a message and I'll explain it and we'll have conversations. I mean, my former pastor still sends me leadership emails about, how to engage. And there's a good one, actually. I sent the link to Sam earlier on how to manage online, how to still get tithes was one of the topics while you're online and managing that during the coronavirus disaster.
Sign up to your Patreon. There we go. That's how you get tithes. Hey, Patreon, give me Patreon money.
Notch has been trying to send you messages, Chris, so you might want to check your Twitter.
Oh, what's going on?
Notch has been trying to send you Twitter messages, so you might want to check your Twitter.
Oh, has he?
He said he sent you one an hour ago.
Yes, it was an hour ago. We don't have room. So what we're going to do with Six Pack from now on, just so everyone knows, is I'm going to line everyone up during the week because we've sort of had a few times where people would sort of pop in or out and wouldn't show up or show up late. So I'm trying to structure it a little bit more. So most of the people you see here are regulars and will be on a regular basis. That being said, we were meant to have Amanda on today, and she's sleeping, so that's okay. So thank you, Miro, for jumping in and rescuing us. Hashtag TOB has asked, am I ex-AOG? Yes, I'm ex-AOG, ex-C3, and ex-Churches of Christ. I was in, which are all virtually Pentecostal, follow the same sort of thing. It's just sometimes the songs are different depending on who's licensing them. But yeah, pretty much all the same. Everyone spoke in tongues. Everyone went through the same process. But yes, that is my background. And yes, Godless Scummer, we did see that Kenneth Copeland is trying to grift donations out of his followers who are still unemployed because he's a complete piece of shit. He's a scumbag. So I don't know. Have you guys seen that? Have you actually seen what he's done?
I saw that. Yeah. That was fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So what he's actually done is he went on TV and they said, while people, because a lot of people are suffering financially at the moment. A lot of people are off work, and the money isn't as secure. I know for me, it's certainly there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment because all of a sudden all my clients are basically aren't even sure if they're going to be opening the doors next month. So. Retting specialising in pubs, clubs, restaurants, and entertainment, but it's been good to me so far. Hopefully, and it will bounce back. But Kenneth decided to jump on TV and say that despite people not earning money, they should still tithe, and they should still tithe the same. They should still give him, the guy who's got a private plane.
Three planes.
Yeah, and you know what? I remember a lot of that in church and what the thinking behind it was, and I guess when I was explaining it to people and when it was explained to me was, you've got to sow into the kingdom, and when it's God's interested, not only when you're at your best, but when when the times are tough. So if you're still being faithful to God, He's going to reward you tenfold when you need it, and with your testing and all that kind of stuff that I look back now and just go, it's bullshit. It is absolute shit. So it's that's basically what that is. But anyway, so what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to throw back to Ed, because we kind of cut your story off a little bit, and I guess I want to get to the next part of it. And and like I said, we're going to sort of bounce back and forth a little bit and get back into things. But I guess we'll pick up where we left off. And so you've been released from prison. And you've realized that the Church of
Creativity,
the Creativity Alliance,
the Creativity Alliance, except they don't create anything.
Yeah, it just sounds like a group of people getting together and knitting, really, doesn't
it? Yeah, kind of, but they've had some members that did some really horrible things. Shooting sprees, bombings. They can be very, very violent.
So obviously you've realised that, and and obviously, like you said, part of it would have been being on the inside. That's part of it. Now, Jay, at any point we're jumping into interview territory, you tell me.
No, you're good.
What happens next?
I fully stepped away from the church. I got in touch with, higher up members and everything and told them, I'm done. I don't want any more of this. Stay away from me. Don't contact me, whatever. And of course, now I'm labeled as a race traitor, and, they believe in the Jewish occupational government. And apparently it's a conspiracy by the Jews to take over the world. So now they tell everybody I'm a Jewish agent.
Oh, wow. So do you still get a lot of hate? I mean, so I guess roughly how long ago is this you've walked away from them?
A little over 11 years.
Okay. And do you still get hate from them, or what's their attitude towards you?
I think the coronavirus is slowing them down a little bit. I only got one letter this month. So
They're still sending you letters?
Oh yeah. I take them down to the sheriff's department every time I get them, and there's really nothing they can do because they send them through like 3 or 4 different people before they finally get to me. Trying to hide their tracks or whatever, and it's just a bunch of threatening. Whoa, Where'd Jay go? Hi, Jay.
Camera pop.
His camera.
Jay got a new. Oh no, he got a new microphone, not a new camera.
Mike, I haven't got a new camera.
He's got no excuse for the camera fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's, they'll pop up every now and then and say, "Oh, if we see you on the street, we're going to kill you." And, well, you know where I live. You have my address. You send me letters. So,
So you think it's kind of empty threat, or
yeah.
Sheriff's Department? It's
Yeah, not only that, the people that are sending me these letters, they know who I am. They know what I'm capable of. And I really don't think they want to take the chance to try and come after me.
Can I just interject here real quick? We have a celebrity in the chat. Digital Hammurabi just popped in.
Oh my god! Digital
Wow!
And he calls you a
Nice.
nerd and move out of here.
Oh really? I can't see what's going on because my internet is now on to 1.5 megabits per second. So everybody's like, I can't access anything. So if there's any questions towards me, then that's fine. Like, can you let me know? Because I've got no idea what's going on in the chat.
Are you up to still streaming, Mara? Because Amanda actually is awake now.
Amanda.
You don't have to drop out though, because I am quite prepared to just drop back and do production because I am struggling to focus on the chat because of how I feel at the moment. So I'm sorry, guys. I
might actually.
Hey, Josh.
I might drop out because I need to go to bed because I have nerves.
All right, no worries. Well, we'll let Amanda know there's a spot. I'm sorry, chat, that I am not my usual exuberant self, but I am not well at the moment. So,
do you realize how disappointed my mother will be?
Yeah, I know she's going to be so upset with me, but I can't help it. I legitimately, I know I haven't been coughing during the stream. It's amazing what drugs can do for that. Yeah, I absolutely feel like shit. I'm really sweaty at the moment from it.
Did you want to hang around Nevada and if Jen's not well?
I can drop down and just produce if you want to hang in, Mara. But if you want to go to bed, that's fine.
I'll hang in for a bit. Yeah, I'll hang in for a bit longer because I've also been. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I'm just tired. I've been really
I don't care how it goes.
It's been a long week.
If Amanda's right and she wants to hop in, I will switch her in either with you or me. If you're still on, Mary, that's cool. I will switch out and let her come in. Because she was meant to be on and she's so upset that she slept in.
Well, if you are dying, I'm happy to stay on for a little bit longer.
I'm not dying, but I am struggling to focus on both the stream and trying to keep track of everything in OBS as well. I mean, I know you don't have to watch everything in OBS, but I'm trying to keep track of other stuff as well. So
yeah, well, drop me out to get Amanda in because I do kind of want to go to bed.
I'll wait till she's ready because she hasn't said she's hopping in and she hasn't popped up in the chat yet. So
yeah, so I will wait for that.
We'll wait till she gets here and then I will. You guys around.
That being said, we might just quickly, I might just quickly interrupt you again, Ed, because I like that. I'm an interrupter, and I might just jump across to Nevada so you can kind of tell us what's going on with your channel at the moment. And you've had a fairly couple of weeks. You haven't really done much on
you had an insane week.
Yeah.
What was that, Jen?
You've had an insane week.
Yeah, well, I am thinking it's going to be a little bit more interesting next week. I'm hoping there's going to be a bit more of a fallout from the bigger creators than it was this week. I was expecting a few more videos to drop, but it could happen next week. And I'm hoping so because that'd be awesome. But I don't know if many people really know who the Anti-Theist International Convention is, but basically it's a anti-theist circle jerk of complete wankers. Oh, hang on, I wasn't supposed to say that. Okay. No, it's basically a group of people who some very big names were invited as well, like Matt Dillahunty was invited, Aaron Ra was invited, Atheist Edge was invited, Jim Hall from Atheist Edge was invited. There was, so there's been quite a few people Cosmic Skeptic was also invited, and David Worley interviewed someone called Lance Gregorchuk, who threatened to sexually assault David Worley, and there was a bit of a overhaul kind of thing, kind of a bit of an uproar about it. Lance Gregorchuk got fired, in inverted commas, and the organizer of the event, John Richards, went on to rate Shannon Q's channel to have a chat about what's going on, and he was basically an arrogant prat the entire time through, and he was also invited Shannon over to her house. He was making the joke.
A very poor joke.
Very poor.
Basically, that what are you doing for Christmas? Will you be in the kitchen? Which this is at the end of an interview where sexism is being discussed, and that's how he ended it. And then said, "Oh, I invite myself to your table," which is it's like 1970s English, like bad humor.
Yeah.
Wasn't even acceptable back then. Like
no, yeah, it was horrendous. Anyway, fast forward a couple of months till last week. Ocean Keltoy dropped a video updating everybody on what's happened with the Anti-Theist International, and he was just like, these people are ridiculous. Oh my God, what's going on? Very unprofessionally. And so when he dropped that, he actually told, when he dropped that, I asked John Richards if he wants to come onto my channel to talk about the Anti-Theist International thing. I also linked the video to him to say, have you seen this? And he said he'd seen some of it on my channel. And I asked him a couple of difficult questions, and then I asked him some more, and I asked him some more, and then he ended up yelling at me for about 45 minutes. Anyway,
that was pretty,
little shit,
I mean, really, it was pretty funny.
It was. There's a lot of memeable moments. Like when I was breaking it down minute by minute, there was no such thing as a quiet moment after I started hitting him with the harder questions. It just, as soon as it got hard, as soon as I started asking you about Lance, it just was like action fucking packed. And I'm filmed this afternoon, hence the beautiful face. I filmed this afternoon to talk about what I did wrong, because there were a couple of things that I did wrong, which I will, I address in this video, and I do end up apologizing to him for one or two things I've done wrong in that thing. But let's be honest, overwhelmingly everyone was like, what a dickhead. And everyone else was like, how the fuck did you keep calm? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Since then, the big names that didn't drop out beforehand have now dropped out. So Alex O'Connor, who was a big ticket item for the Anti-Theist International, and we've attached each other. Hello, Amanda. We've been we've clashed heads, Alex and I, but on this time he actually really sung my praises for that. Also Stephen Law, I don't know who that person is, he's dropped out. We've been able to contact quite a few other people and they've all dropped out, so people are just dropping like flies from this convention. I think they've reopened nominations as well.
Too on the Scummers channel the other day, where we kind of because the whole thing he was saying was he was trying to imply that Lance wasn't still involved with this convention, but well, we kind of
found that he was.
We're able to. It kind of helps when you've got someone who is a historian and knows how to dig into things and happens to be learning German. So that was pretty handy. It's good when you recognize, hang on, that's a German address, because they're different to our address. So, so what's happening next week?
I don't know. I do know there's going to be a couple of videos dropped from some people. I don't really want to say who and when and where and how and why, because they haven't announced it on their channel. But maybe on Sunday I will probably drop a video responding to myself, responding to this video, like responding to the interview, because I do go, okay, this is what I did well, this is what I did badly, this is some of my favorite parts of the interview, because I think I do owe a genuine thank you to my audience, and I've also apologized because I did do some things during that interview where I thought to myself that I could have done better, and I did actually feel that I owed John an apology for one or two things that I said during the interview. So unlike him, I actually take a step back and go, oh fuck, I should have done that, and accept my mistakes. He, on the other side,
fair to say that you're complaining to the public about yourself?
I'm going to be complaining about myself to the public, just admitting my mistakes, talking about how I am. I think I should probably apologize. I didn't apologize during the video, but I think I do need to apologize to the public for being a conspiracy theorist.
That was apparent, wasn't it?
Clearly.
Digital Hammurabi in the chat has just said, if you can ever help out with anything, please let him know. Mate, I'd love to have you on Six Pack. Come and join us one morning, I guess, for you. We'd love to have you on. So I'll flick you a message on Twitter and let's tee it up.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, sorry, I'm interrupting you, Navadia. I'm like,
how could you? Yeah. So, but some of the things that have happened since then, some of the more hilarious things he's done is that he tried to defend himself behind a paywall. So he linked his Patreon.
Pay to see my
response.
What a fucktard, seriously.
He was constantly accusing me of trying to break the law, and everyone's like, no, dude, this is no. What else did he do? He, in his response to Alex's statement of withdrawal from the convention, he was very, very he was condescending.
Really quickly, Jen, I don't know if you know, but okay, you know you're online?
Can't. Okay, now they can hear me.
you sure?
Don't you?
Sorry?
You know you're in the stream, don't
you?
I
know my video was still in the stream. I did pull Amanda in. She could talk, but she doesn't have a video. I can't bring up her video until Mero's gone, so unfortunately.
Oh, well, I better bug her off then.
That's because I wasn't set up. I didn't have it set up to be able to do that. That's all. That's all that is. I just wanted her to be able to talk if she wanted to talk, but yeah. I'm also trying to figure out why she won't pull into the capture area, but. That's cool. Do you want to finish off what you're doing, Mara, and then I'll drag you in?
Okay. Well, basically, that was basically it. I kind of feel sorry for him, though. There is a part of me that kind of goes, I do feel sorry for him, because he's just lost his baby. He's been working on this for over a year, and technically speaking, because of me, it's looking like he's not going to be able to do it anymore. And I do feel sorry for him.
I wouldn't.
Although he did make his own bed.
Well, but he put himself into it. Like, really.
I mean, in all honesty, you say it's because of you, but it's because he wouldn't distance himself from Lance, who fucked up when he went on David Wally's show. So
here's the thing, and I've done work in PR, and I mean, it's really not that hard. All Lance had to do was come out and say, look, I was drunk in the stream. I made a joke. I have absolutely no intention of, sexually assaulting David. It was a poor joke. I accept that. I wasn't thinking straight, and I apologize profusely. okay, yeah, there's still going to be criticism, but at least that's something. It's an apology. If Lance had done that, the whole thing still goes ahead with no dramas. And as far as the Lawrence Krauss thing, it's pretty. They can run with it. Well, look, there's been no charges, no convictions, things like that. That's the narrative they want to run with. Well, that's fine. I mean, obviously, people like Dawkins is still the good Dawkins, Richard Dawkins, not Darth. Was happy to appear, and Aaron Ra was happy to appear. So obviously, these are people who probably have an insight, and obviously, you've got to take accusations very seriously.
I'm going to drop myself vocally out of the stream. I might turn my video off too, just so people don't get confused. But Amanda will come in vocally, so she can actually contribute. But you guys will have to tell her because I can't.
Hey, you know what we should have your video, but Amanda's voice.
Well, we can do that because I can see Amanda's video.
Yeah, but the way the whole thing has happened has just been an absolute fucking nightmare for him, and he just keeps digging. He's blocked me on Twitter.
I saw that. That was so funny. I actually reached out to him because I thought, well, potentially I can have a conversation with him, and I get some of what he's saying. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand it. And I've in the past been accused of. I actually had a girlfriend accused me of something that was complete horseshit, and she recanted it later and apologised to me publicly. So I do get that whole, the innocent until proven guilty thing. But that being said, when it comes to like the Silvermans of the world, when there's that many, I think you've got to be smart about it. Same with Krauss. I think you've got to be smart about these things. But anyway, but no, he never got back to me. I emailed him. I hit him up on Twitter, and that's right.
I think he's finally learned to get off the internet. But
I mean, his first step should have been to learn to understand the internet and the community that should have been his audience on the internet, and he clearly has not done that in the last year. And he's just been like reaching back to textbook or like author atheism and not the actual online active community. And that's why he's had such a disconnect with how he's responded to every step. So like, yeah, it's easy to feel sorry for him because, it would be heartbreaking to work so hard on something, but he's had to make so many consistently bad decisions to be where he is that it's right.
If you don't have the commons, if you're running an event like that and you don't have the common sense to know how to do a bit of basic PR and damage control, you shouldn't be fucking running the event. Seriously.
Yeah. And there's so many questions that I have. Like, one of the big ones that I have is if you couldn't find atheist edges, he said that he couldn't find the contact details for Atheist Edge. It's sort of like, are you lying to us? Like, we've caught you out in several lies.
I know he was doing that, but then he was lecturing you on how the internet works.
I know, that was brilliant.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, seriously, like what? Look, he got caught out in a few things, and I'll tell you something now. And Australian law and British law are based on each other, and Western businesses are all the same. I ran an event a couple of years ago, and I've done it twice, where we had 70,000 people one year and 60,000 people another year. And I can tell you the first thing we had was all of our policies in place, and without that, we wouldn't have had insurance.
Yeah.
So you've got to have those things in place. Like there's just no.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say to him. Is like,
out on bullshit on those, but
yeah.
I'm say a quick good morning to Amanda. How are you, Amanda?
Am I actually on screen?
You're on screen.
Yes.
We can hear you too.
Morning, Amanda.
So sorry. I'm so sorry, but literally all your fault because you told me to sleep. So.
You know what? It's funny because even on this, I said, well, Amanda's not here. A few hours ago, I did tell her to go to sleep, so she's probably still asleep. So, okay, well, it's my fault. But look how fresh you are this morning. There'll be a 16-year-old, Twink Jesus waking up soon, and
Not soon. He went to. I'm pretty sure he went to bed after me. So this whole, no school thing. He doesn't
You should
go
have
to
made
sleep.
him a coffee and
Yeah.
it was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, by the way.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Thank you very much.
Same day as Unholy Sarah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Navadia, I've got a bone to pick with you. Apparently, you beat me to happy birthday.
Yeah. I was actually going, I'm really sleepy. I need to go to sleep, but I've got 10 more minutes. But I actually was awake going, I need to get to sleep, but I've got 10 more minutes. So as soon as I was just boom, straight. And I was like, yes. And then didn't fall asleep for 3 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
I've had bad sleep this week. Really bad sleep.
I'm not the first one to wish my American wife a happy birthday. But,
that's right.
Something I do need to ask you, as my American wife, how do you feel that another American, Darth Dawkins, has a bit of a thing for me? I mean, do you guys need to fight?
Yeah, probably. I mean, not cool.
No, I mean, what's going on there?
I've told you for a while now that he's totally in love with you, but
you have actually been saying that for quite a while.
I'm gonna have to hop out because I am quite sleepy and I want to go and sleep. So I'm gonna love you and leave you. Happy birthday! And it was lovely meeting you.
Take care.
Bye.
I'll send you a message, Mero, and if you can make it to the airport, we could wave at each other from a distance.
No, that's way too much effort. That's like a 45-minute drive. I'm not going to do a 45-minute drive to wave at you.
Oh, hang on. I thought, okay, I wouldn't do that either.
I mean, where I live is about 30 minutes to 45 minutes of driving.
I will be coming back on either. I'm either going to stay in Brisbane on Friday night or fly back on, or we'll just head up on Sunday. So there is a chance I'll be there on Friday night, but I won't be on Six Pack next week, unfortunately. But
well, in that case, there's a possibility I won't be on Six Pack either because I'll be like yelling at Chris across the room from at least 1.5 meters.
You'll drive past me on the way to Toowoomba.
I'm just thinking with our reach span, can we do the chin from a distance? We need to. Is that like another 1.5 we've got to keep away? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, no, I'll let me know, and I'll try and
actually
sort of stand away from you.
I have a solution. Just come dressed as Mary Magdalene. You're covered from head to toe. You are safe as houses.
Well, considering you only see the top half of Mary Magdalene, what am I wearing on the bottom?
None of us wear pants, so
no one wears pants while recording. Who fucking wears pants while recording?
Exactly.
Raise your hand if you're wearing pants.
Oh, I suck.
I don't know. Do pajama pants count?
No.
In this case, yes.
Well, I'm wearing pants.
Cool. Well, Mero, thanks.
I'm gonna head,
and you go and have that sleep, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Actually, I'm being told that Amanda isn't on screen, but Jen's about to fix that anyway. So,
bye.
Yeah, we can see her, but nobody else can.
I think it was Amanda was on screen. Oh, sorry, Jen was on screen, but with Amanda's voice. So we had Milli Vanilli happening.
Yeah.
Blame Dave.
Blame Dave. No, blame Math Pig. Blame Math Pig.
So I'm going to interject here real quick. Dijo Hammurabi, if you're still in the chat, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
This is why I need a producer, because I couldn't do this shit. I don't even. Now, I do have a little bit of news for you all, and I don't want to get you all too excited, but guess who was in the chat a little bit earlier?
Was he there?
Yeah.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it's one of the it's unfortunately one of the disadvantages of having Darth Dawkins being the object of Darth Dawkins' affection is when a random name with no anything pops in and makes a comment, I can pick it from a fucking mile away. Like seriously. So I'm very Darth hasn't been there for a while, but good for you, Darth. Good for you. Help us, Dave. You're my only hope.
Hey, everything's your fault for making me sleep. This is what happened. Fuck everything up.
I don't know. If I hadn't have told someone to go and get some sleep, we wouldn't have this problem. But
Exactly.
in the meantime, in the, yeah, can people hear Amanda in the chat? So if Amanda's talking, okay, hang on. Yeah, no one can hear you. No one can hear you. So no one can hear Jen.
No one can hear me because I didn't turn my mic on. Sorry, people. Dave in the chat, is there a way to fix this problem? Is there a workaround at the moment? And that one can go away. There you go, Mama Atheist. And I can't see the chat at the moment.
So what we might do while that's still ongoing is I want to head back to Ed because our guest of honor this week and continue your story. So what's
no Amanda and no Jen? Well, there's no Amanda picture. You should be able to hear Amanda though, because I can hear Amanda. So
speak, Amanda, speak.
Can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Yeah, we're having technical difficulties. Some of the software we are using here is still in beta. Dave, Critical Cripple, is absolutely amazing for writing this. Is to completely reload the StreamYards page. Okay, I will have to do that. I apologize to everyone on the stream. It's going to go funky for a few seconds, but there's no other way I can bring Amanda's video in. Talk amongst yourself because it won't be streaming for a second. And I'm going to do that now.
Everyone?
Needy around this time or not?
Yeah, we have Amanda, but we have people in the wrong spots, so I'm gonna.
She's sitting next to me in the spare chair.
That's gonna be fun.
I think she feels really lucky because my wife's working from home completely at the moment, and I'm doing one day in, one day out, so she's got lots of attention.
And whatever you were saying just then, Sam went to stream.
Nice. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Sam, he was sharing that special moment. Look, everyone's got a dildo story, and that's okay. Sam,
that's all right. So
everyone heard it. It's all good.
The Dragon. Find it online. Our discount code for Adam and Eve is Vagrant at checkout.
And we're all in the right spots, and we all have our right names underneath us, and that was fun.
No. Ah, there it goes. No, because Amanda's still Vagrant Sam.
I've been
on me it's changed. It just hasn't changed yet on the stream yet, so the stream will catch up.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
We're right now. I apologize to the stream for that. There are going to be technical difficulties with the tools that Dave's writing.
It's fantastic. It works.
It does work. I'm going to apologize for that though, because there will be a few technical difficulties now and then with the scripts that Dave has written that work brilliantly with StreamYards, and there's some new software that I'm writing as well that will give us some of the some really fancy text features for streams that even better than what StreamYard itself offers. This will eventually give us some absolutely awesome stuff, but I'm sorry, there'll be technical difficulties whilst we get everything working, so I apologise.
Well, I'm technically useless, so I'm just happy that you're doing it.
No, not blame Dave Nerdy. Dave's awesome. This script that he's written is amazing, but it's got a few bugs. That's all.
No, we'll blame that.
Bugs are features.
They're features, yeah. Features that mean you have to refresh the StreamYard page.
I know. I didn't like the Mama Amanda being Vagrant Sam. That was kind of
funny. Yeah.
Man up.
Bitch.
He only wishes he were me. That's all.
Yeah, it's only a problem when we've got a full set and we want to swap people. So
is that because Sam wants to be my American wife? Because I mean that.
Exactly.
Flattered, but,
Wait.
One Darth Dawkins is already in love with me. I can't take him.
If I was Amanda and I was your wife, I'd be closer if I was in Brisbane. So.
But then you wouldn't be his American wife.
I could do an overnight in Brizzy. Yeah, that'd work.
Oh, you're passing by. If you need a bed after the wedding.
Well, this got wrong very quickly.
I'm sorry, Jane. I don't think that matches your
my level
so
of
everyone
wrong.
knows.
Hey, I've been pretty clean
Sam won't be on
tonight.
six-pack
There's only
next
been a couple of things.
Otherwise, no.
There's no six-pack next week, so...
Sam
by the way,
goes next week, and we'll talk about it later.
By the way, what did Mr. Dawkins say when he came in? Because I missed it all because I was fucking around.
Just the usual thing. He started talking about, so what did you think about EF, the Evolution False? I had to say, I thought that was funny. And I was like, okay. Hey, Darth, good to see you. Get a new script.
So he's blowing his own trumpet. Well, he wants to blow something, obviously.
It's it's when I was on with Daily Atheist the other day with Jen Aldridge, he decided to jump in and he's and this is before he did the whole debate. He said that he was coming out as because of me, he was coming out as a trans something rapper, and poor Chris Mallard's going, this is like, no, this person's paying you compliments. I'm just like, no, because I don't do trans content. It's not my thing. There is no reason I would encourage anyone for that. And I'm watching it. I'm just going, it's Darth Dawkins. But anyway, so we had a bit of a laugh about that. But So Ed.
Yeah.
For the third time.
What happened next, Ed? What happened next? Let's move on with Ed's story, because that's what we're here for.
All right.
We want one more interesting Ed than Darth Dawkins.
Yeah. Well, it took me a while, but I finally found this awesome atheist community. And after getting away from the creativity movement, I just stuck strictly to being an atheist. And I am going to adopt something that I heard from Damian Marie at Hope. I am not just an anti-theist. I am an anti-religionist. It is my experience that all religions that I've been exposed to or looked into are either harmful or dangerous at some point.
So as far as obviously you have jumped into this community, and I'd like to think that that there's certainly some friendships that are being made. I mean, we're getting to know each other, and I think that's the thing. But there's definitely some friendships I think that will be made, because people are speaking very highly of you in the community. It's you've jumped in with a bit of a splash. What's the theory behind why grumpy old dude?
Just a play on the initials. I'm the real God. God. So now everybody can actually believe in a God.
Well, you know what? You heard it here.
Well, that's a God worth believing in, and I'll have a drink to that.
On this atheist program, we have proof of God. God is real.
There you go.
Let's go with drunk tonight.
Non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, Jen. No.
You are aware I've drunk this whole bottle in the last 3 weeks of this show.
Oh, is that all?
It took you that long.
I remember I'm a lightweight.
My biggest focus right now is going after hate groups, especially ones that people don't realize are hate groups.
So who's in your cross sites at the moment?
Tomorrow's World.
Tell us about tomorrow's. Now, hang on. Is this something you're going to cover on Jay's show? Because I genuinely don't want to steal.
No. Tomorrow's World
Wasn't that a TV show?
Yes, they have a television show and a magazine, and they are plugging hard on Facebook. They have ad after ad on Facebook. Well, one of their former members contacted me and gave me some info on them. And they are an offshoot of the World Church of the Living God. It was founded by Herbert Armstrong, who was actually affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan at one point. These people are, in my opinion, a hate group. They are very anti-Semitic and go along the belief that Africans are cursed and that's why their skin is black. So I'm going to start doing a couple of videos about them and exposing them.
Can I just ask, did I spell alcoholic right? Because it doesn't look right in my head.
It's correct.
It's correct. See, that's what dyslexia does to you. That word does not look right on the screen, and yet I spelled it out when I typed it.
Are you sure it's the dyslexia, not the alcohol?
No, it's the dyslexia. I would have done that if I was sober.
Okay.
It is official, Amanda. You are not the only one. You're not the only one not drinking alcohol, because the beer that Ed has is a non-alcoholic. Yeah. Was it Coors Edge?
Yeah, Coors Edge.
That sounds terrible. But okay.
It actually tastes pretty horrible. So
yeah, I can only imagine.
You went to the effort just for this show, so I appreciate that. So Amanda, what are you drinking?
Nothing. I didn't even have time to go get coffee.
You could go get a coffee. We don't mind.
No, it's fine.
Just yell out to Twink Jesus. Tell
him to make you coffee.
There's no way. He would literally throw something at me if I tried to wake him up right now.
Coffee?
So, if he throws a coffee at you, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
at least you'd be getting a coffee. See, my theory here is if alcohol kills viruses, if I drink enough of it, they'll die. Or I will.
With a smile on your face.
Lavender Lady in the chat told me to remember Armstrong's son, Garner Ted Armstrong, who is pretty much an outspoken racist.
Okay. What's his story?
I'm still kind of looking into it, but I guess they've had quite a speckled history. I don't really know how to put it. They've broken off into like 3 or 4 different organizations, and they claim to be the true chosen people of Israel. They go along with that whole British identity or British Israelite belief that white men are actually God's chosen people, but they still claim to be Christian in nature. So, like I said, I'm going to do a little bit more digging. I have quite a few notes stockpiled already, and I'm going to start doing some videos on them.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the chat. I apologize.
No, that's all right. So obviously now you're in this community and you're doing content. What's driving you? Why do you put yourself in the position where you're wanting to put yourself out there? What's happening there?
Well, actually, my wife encouraged me to do this. She thought it would be a good way for me to hopefully reach out to some of the younger crowd and maybe somebody looking to escape from these organizations, since I have had that experience. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of my focus for right now is looking at hate groups and fighting against the thing that I belonged to at one point, and now I'm trying to be a better person and hopefully get the word out there that these people are dangerous. This is not anything you want to be involved in.
So obviously, clearly you're no longer a white nationalist.
No.
How have your, I guess, how do you react now with, I guess, people of different races, or different racial identities? How do you find your interactions with them? Is there still, I guess, residual awkwardness, or
no? This has opened up the world so much bigger for me to let go of those ideas. I mean, I have so many more friends and so much more support than I ever did being, a white supremacist.
We're much nicer. I mean, we're all white here, obviously. But,
well, except for that Amanda lady. She's kind of a bitch.
Screw you, Jay.
Absolutely.
You've got to say it right, Amanda. Screw you, Jay.
No, I fucking agree with him. So it's so
Oh no, Amanda, you are fucking awesome. No one will talk down to my co-host. Fuck you, Jay.
You might be a bitch, but you're our bitch.
Ooh. Yeah, well, we are bitches, aren't we?
You sound right when I said it then.
Damn it, Jen.
Yeah, you're a critical bitch.
Oh, hey, if you guys have been watching the stream at all, it says "damn it, Jen" in the scrolling text down below.
Does it really?
It really does.
Yeah,
awesome.
Chris and I had fun.
We always do. We always do. Look, you know what? Six Pack is. We cover some serious topics, and we want to have a chat about stuff, and obviously what Ed's got to say is some it's interesting, it's serious, but at the same time we do want to have fun.
Yeah.
Because for us, this is our weekend. This Friday night. This is what we're doing on a Friday night, and incidentally, with things closing down, this is probably what a lot of people are going to be doing on their Friday night. So we want to have as much fun as we can.
Oh, the bottle shops better not close down because I've run out of booze.
Ooh, so if anyone's in the area and they can drop some stuff off to Jen.
No. I would like to point out that at the moment, between the drugs I'm taking for the flu and the alcohol I've drunk tonight, I'm almost at the point where I've got a bigger buzz than I do on that night that I was ill.
Oy. That was a fun night. That was a fun. That was probably
that
my
was
favorite
a fun night, but I'm going to be honest, it's not going to be like that tonight because, I don't feel like it. So,
Lissy said that them's fighting words. You leave my sister wife alone.
Oh, look! Trust me, if there wasn't travel restrictions, she'd have me on the plane over to Georgia at the moment, or Alabama, or wherever. I don't know, whatever weird part of the South here.
Georgia, what the fuck?
Louisiana.
To be honest, if Dave's script was working, I would drag Diana in here in a heartbeat and dump down for a second. But sorry, Diana, I really don't want to muck around with the script again. So maybe if Dave's got it fixed by Jay's doing next week and Zoom's has less issues with this. But maybe by next time I'm producing a Friday night 6-pack, Dave will have the script working properly, and we'll also have the chat function, which Jay will probably be able to use as well with Zoom as well, because it won't matter whether you're using Zoom or StreamYards. You'll be able to use it for both, and we'll be able to have the extra funky chats, which will include animations and weird stuff, because the chat thing is going to be really cool. So,
well, we lost Amanda again.
Sorry?
We lost Amanda.
We lost Amanda again.
Lost Amanda.
Oh, no.
And
she will come in properly this time because she's already been added, so it'll actually work when she comes back in. So,
incidentally, MathPig has just said Dave broke StreamYard. Well, that's good for you to say, MathPig, but personally, I blame MathPig.
If I'm going to be honest, despite the little tiny bug that Dave's got in the current stream with adding and removing when you've got a full stream, Dave's script is absolutely amazing, and it allows doing stuff like this, which with StreamYard's normal would be really.
Oh,
really
no,
difficult.
hang on.
Darth's back
Hang
in
on.
the chat.
Hang on. Hi, Darth.
Hello, Darth. Why don't
Darth.
you
How
go
are
fuck
you,
off,
Darth?
you homophobic prick?
Oh, poor no.
So-
Darth isn't homophobic. He might be swinging that way. So.
Well, yeah, I
It's
mean,
okay.
yeah, okay. Look, sorry, Darth. We accept that maybe your little LGBT thing at the start of your debate the other night might have been a call for help. That you may actually be a closeted homosexual person who has got a thing for atheist pastor, and we understand that. So,
Darth's
honestly,
only
if you
human.
need help, just reach out to one of us. We're here. We'll talk to you. We'll try and figure it out. But Chris isn't interested. But there may be other people for you.
It's all right. I mean, look, Darth is only human. Darth, I get it. I mean, you know,
I'm going to have to step away for just a minute. I will be right back, okay?
It's okay.
Promise?
And Amanda's back, so
Yeah.
I will drag her in. Yay! Welcome back, Amanda.
Sorry. My bad. I'm back.
oh dear. So it's yeah. Look, it's if it is Darth, and I'm pretty sure it is, it's nice that Darth has popped in under two different pseudonyms. Like went to the effort of actually making two different accounts. I'm flattered. I'm really totally flattered. So thank you.
Oh, they keep saying they're not Darth, but
That's what Darth would say, though.
We know
Yeah.
better.
Godless Scummer wrote, "Hey Darth, just tell atheist pastor you love him. You'll feel much better."
We are relaxed, guys. We've had I've had copious amounts of alcohol.
No, surely not.
I've had a third of a bottle of scotch.
Is that all?
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm a lightweight. Ask Jay.
Yeah.
He knows.
that would probably kill me.
Yeah,
so.
Actually, I don't think different
To be,
persons Darth.
to be honest,
but
I
Darth
apologize now if the rest of the stream goes to pot because I'm producing and I'm drunk.
So that's why you're fucking us all up, huh?
Yeah.
If it does, you know what? We don't blame Jen. We blame Math Pig, so it's okay.
Yeah, don't blame Dave because Dave's done an absolutely awesome job. Blame Mathpick.
Blame Math Pig. We'll blame Math
Sorry,
Pig.
Matt Big.
So, Amanda,
Yes.
what's going on with you? What's happening in the world of Amanda? Because everyone else has had a bit of a what's going on, and you haven't. So, what are you doing?
Amanda did an absolutely fucking awesome video, and if you haven't watched it in the chat, go fucking watch it after the stream because it's amazing. And it's not very long either.
reckon
And she
it was
needs
so
the
good.
watch
It was
time.
so good on science. I'm pretty sure she must have interviewed a scientist.
Oh, you're an absolute prick.
Yeah. Some people had asked me if the whole coronavirus thing was related to climate change, and so I just did a video about climate change and diseases. It's really quick. It's like a little over 4 minutes long, but
But can I just say it was freaking awesome. I watched it this afternoon, and Melissa, like Lissy Lou's been raving about it all day because she saw it when it first premiered, and she's like, "I've done this video and it's really good. It's really good. You've got to watch it." I've been tied up all day, and I thought, all right, I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it, because I like to support my friends. I'm watching. I'm just going, holy shit, this is good. What the fuck is that behind?
That sounds so surprised.
No, because it was so natural. Like we saw you, it was great.
All right.
Incidentally, I'm just going to say this. Digital Hammurabi has said in the chat, I actually find Darth Dawkins and his arguments to be incredibly convincing. Look, we all do. We all do.
Context.
Yeah. It's we've all got our new primary, because of Darth, and we love Darth. But, no, Amanda, it was a good video. Like, it was a seriously good video, and I would encourage you, strongly encourage you to keep doing videos like that, because it was great. It was clear you knew what you were talking about. It was clear that his field, and it was great. So anyone who hasn't seen it, in fact, if Lissy Lou, can you post the link in the chat if you get the chance? Because
it only goes for what 5 or 6 minutes. I could pop it up as a video over the top of us, and we could discuss it in chat.
Give her the views. Give her the views.
No. Last time I mirrored something.
You got a hit. I'm sure Amanda's going to do that too. Go and watch it on Amanda's channel.
Go watch it on Amanda's channel. Subscribe to Amanda if you haven't already subscribed to her, because there's going to be a hell of a lot of good content coming out there.
I just linked it in her video in the chat.
And Amanda is interviewing Godless Engineer this weekend.
Nice. You're with me.
Yeah, I'll be there, but you're taking the lead on this one. It's on your channel. I'm going to sit back. Also, I'm not well, so, that's how it is. If I could actually get somebody else to produce for us, that would be freaking awesome, but it's not going to happen at that time.
Yeah.
So I'd offer to do it, but I don't know what I'm doing.
You don't know what you're doing, yeah. And Jay will be asleep because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning for me, so he'll be asleep as well. So I'm not asking anyone else to do it. So I suspect I'll be kind of quiet for that one. I'm not quiet now because I'm drunk enough that I don't care that I'm sick.
I'm also interviewing Jay this weekend, and I think Jay is interviewing me. Is that this weekend?
Yeah. That's freaking.
See,
yeah,
that's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
We're doing. What time are we doing it? Saturday morning?
9.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
So what's that in future time?
Well, it's almost 9 a.m. right now. So
yeah, 24 hours, like 24 hours and 25 minutes now.
It's 11:30 p.m. where I am. So
it'll be midnight for you.
Fantastic. I'll watch.
Hey.
I'll even post smart ass things in the chat.
Okay. Critical Cripples just said, "Who did Amanda book last night?" Who did you book, Amanda, for our channel?
Ooh.
Eric Murphy.
Eric Murphy. So Eric Murphy is coming on Critical Bitches. He's going to be an honorary bitch.
Actually,
that
didn't
will be amazing.
Yes, he also agreed to do 6-pack. So.
Yeah. Well, guess who I just got?
Who?
Digital Hammurabi and
Yeah, I actually sent you a tweet, Amanda, about asking something in the chat.
I did. I responded. I said, sure.
Do you want to ask in the chat?
No, I don't ask.
You don't ask. Digital Hammurabi, would you like to appear on Critical Bitches with myself and Amanda? I will just ask outright in chat. You said sure. I am so drunk. I'm not paying you much attention. I promise I will not be drunk for that interview.
Can you shut the fuck up and let them speak, Dan?
I'm sorry.
Digital Hammurabi's come into the stream here in the conversation, and I think he's been booked for about 20 shows now.
It's time to relax.
I just got done emailing Megan, and I've got him booked for the 16th of May.
Oh,
fantastic!
Brilliant, Jay. Brilliant.
Josh and Megan both.
Since Darth Dawkins likes to think of himself as an intellectual powerhouse, and the atheists are intimidated by him.
Yes.
Well, get in touch with me and I'll debate you because I don't intimidate.
Digital Hammurabi.
We're not intimidated. We're
Amanda
bored.
will hit you
We're
up
boring,
on Twitter
Darth.
because
I would happily watch Ed versus Darth.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Oh, it would be fucking hilarious. It would be. It would just be the dissemination of Darth. It would be fantastic. So everyone's got stuff going on, and that's, I guess, one thing is this community. We've all got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and it's a bit of a funny time we find ourselves in with everything that's going on, and I guess a lot more time indoors. So I know personally I'm probably going to have a bit more time to produce more content and do more things, and I think a lot of us will. But I'll also have a lot more time to watch more content. So I think we're in a bit of a funny and unique position here. So I can't wait to see what comes out. So Ed,
yeah,
for the fifth time.
Yeah.
What's next? What's obviously you're tackling the white nationalists and you're that or the nationalists in general, I would assume.
It's not even just white supremacists or white nationalists. I tried calling out Steven Anderson, and he threw me what Bible verse is that where it says, do not debate, do not take on the acts of others. I can't remember. You all right, Jen?
Yeah, the stream couldn't hear that. That was only you guys. Sorry, I apologize.
Look,
That's all right. No, we care about it.
The good thing is, Jen, if it is corona, look, it doesn't affect people in their 20s that much, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, you are aware I'm nearly 50?
No, I'm not, and I don't believe you.
I don't. None of you do. It's not fair.
Well, yeah, I'm
really going. I really am. No,
yeah, no,
stop
I don't give a shit. I own my age. I'm nearly 50. I'm 3 years off being 3 years. Fuck. Yeah, 3 years off being 50. I really had to think about
that. Is not nearly 50.
Do you know what's really dumb about that? I am a math major. And I actually had to really think hard, and it's 2020, and I could not figure out that I'm 3 years off being 20, being 50, being 20. Fuck's sake.
Jen, you know what? This is why you're my mother's favorite in the show.
She's gonna love this, isn't she?
She does. You know, it's actually, and you know what? It's my mother's birthday on Monday.
Oh.
Do you know the point where you get that you're drunk enough that the world doesn't come to you as a smooth-moving movie, but as still images that fit one after the other? That's where I am at the moment, between the drugs and the alcohol.
Holy shit, Jen!
And at some point, I have to manage the end of this stream without screwing it up.
Water, Jen. Water.
I have water. Actually, that's a good
alcohol
idea. This is where we need one ring to do a Kent Hovind.
What? You need some water. I can't do it.
Water. Incidentally, Sam.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking water because I'm a responsible adult and I drink like a responsible adult.
You are not a responsible adult at all.
I drink like someone that needs to get shit done tomorrow.
I drink like a fish.
Wait. Why do you have to get anything done on Saturday, Sam?
Yes, exactly, Lissy. Sick and alcohol. As I said earlier, I'm trying to put enough alcohol in my system to kill whatever bugs in me, because this is not fucking corona. Because if I end up with corona, this is really going to be fucked up.
Where'd Chris go?
To get some water because he's a responsible adult. He wants to follow him. I don't know, actually. I'm just making shit up.
Yeah.
So, Jen, Diana wants to know, are you as stink as we drunk you are?
Yeah, I saw that. It took me 4 attempts to read that between being drunk and being dyslexic. It's almost impossible. If somebody wants to text, fuck's sake. If somebody wants to type a message to me, can it please be like 5 words or less? Because at the moment, between my dyslexia and being drunk, I am not able to read them. So if you type a longer message, Jay or Amanda or somebody else is going to have to read them out to me and try and make sure I pay attention.
You understand when you're drunk, you text me incessantly, though.
Do I?
When you're drunk, usually if you get drunk on Six Pack after the stream, you text me for quite a while, and I have to read through it.
Anyway, Amanda. I mean,
yeah, I guess
for the last week, my sleep patterns have been absolutely screwed. Most people in the chat probably don't want to know this. My sleep patterns have been absolutely screwed between a shoulder injury and I've been drugged out of my brain for the last week on codeine. And Amanda has been my linchpin because she's been awake at the times that I have not been able to sleep. So thank you, Amanda. You are fucking amazing. You are one of my best friends ever. Between you and Jay, I couldn't want for better friends, which says a lot about how our community works, because you guys are the other side of the planet to me, and you guys are two of my closest friends, and I just think that's freaking amazing.
I love you, Jen.
I
love you, Jay. Jay's like my big brother. He's always fucking picking on me.
Too, because Chris is awesome as well, and I love Sam. And Grumpy old dude, I don't know you as well yet, but I'm sure I'm going to love you as well.
Jay!
I hope so.
Stop talking.
Yeah. I just realized I'm in control of the StreamYard, and I'm also in control of the stream, so you can...
I have something to read to you. Shut up.
You can't mute me.
I know, that's why I'm telling you, shut up.
Damn it, Jen.
From the chat says, "Hi Jen, how are you? Have you drunk lots of drinks and been a drunk skunk drinking scotch, wanting short messages?" That's from Fragrant Sam.
That was from Fragrant. Thank you, Sam. Why didn't you just say it to me?
Because it was
I
much
wanted
more
you to
fun.
try and read it, but then Jay just read it out for you. So
Well, because she said she couldn't, no more.
yeah, I know that was the joke.
Okay,
Hang on, just
somebody want to
something-
read to me what
something
Godless
in
Scummer
the,
said, because
sorry.
I cannot read that.
Yeah.
Hang on, 1
Dad,
second.
shut the fuck up.
Shall I mute myself? Would you like me to mute myself from the stream?
Hey,
You're already
No.
muted.
Really quickly, Godless Scummer, can you send me a link to that? What you've just put in the chat, because that's
Seriously?
that's send me a link to that.
Oh no!
Wow.
Okay.
I genuinely hope that's not the case, because that's terrible. But send you can send me the link. Wait, let's move on.
Was that something dreadful about a child drowning? Because I'm sure I read that correctly.
Not on the stream.
Okay.
Yeah. Just if something can be sent.
Okay.
Jay,
Yes.
what are you doing this week? What's happening on your channel? You got Mama Atheist on, yeah?
Yeah. Well, at 7:00 tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow morning, I guess. Saturday morning, I'll be on Mama Atheist channel.
That's
We talk
9
Angel.
o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said 7.
Did I say 7? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
you said
9
7.
o'clock. We'll be talking Angel and Buffy. And then at 7 p.m., I'll have Zach from Zapostate at the table. And then at 9 p.m., I'll have Amanda at the table again.
Mate, you're a busy man.
Yeah. I said I'm now booked all the way through the 16th of May. So I've got all kinds of people.
Love Jay. So.
And actually, I think I'm popping up on your channel for a debate, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Hang on just a second. I got to remember to add that one in before I lose it.
I'm going to take one ring down.
That will be April 4th at 9 p.m. You and One Ring debating on is Monty Python based on King Arthur or Don Quixote?
Is that the Easter weekend? Is that an Easter debate?
No.
No, it's a
No,
What's
weekend
the week
before Easter.
before?
Yeah, I've got Junk Shop on the following weekend for Easter weekend.
Junk Shop is cool.
The 20th.
We'll do a very atheist Easter at some point too.
Next weekend, though, I have Shannon Q on at the table at 7 p.m. So
That's exciting.
You know, I think it's good that you're supporting new and up and coming creators.
I know, right? Godless Engineer, Shannon Q, Digital Hammurabi. Gotta help the little people.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when a virus keeps us all inside. People have free time.
Yeah.
And Jay is definitely helping me out a lot. I started having some issues covering my former religion, and Jay's decided to do some investigating and try and pick up some of the slack for the creativity movement.
Yeah, that's going to be fun when I actually get a chance to deep dive in. I mean, I've looked at the website, and there is so much there. I'm having a hard time picking where to begin with to try to find where to start.
They are definitely out there, when you really take a good look at them.
Yeah. but it is like I said, they're just it is the stuff that's on that website is horrible stuff. So I'm gonna go and look at it and it'll be a different type of video, I guess, because I'll be kind of showing the contrasts. It not so much doing like a response type thing, but more of a they say this when it's actually that kind of thing, showing the truth to their lies, basically. But like I said, I've got there's going to be that one might not be for 2-3 weeks or so, because I've really got to get into looking at it, because it is, like I said, it is some horrible stuff. And it's complex and compact. Like, you can definitely tell they've been doing this for years, because there is so much stuff on that website.
So we've probably got about 10 or so minutes before we'll tie it up, because I know on Daily Atheist it's got R and Ra on today. So
we don't want to override that.
I'm not.
I don't think we'll override that.
Thing probably isn't true, which is good news. Very good
news. That's good. But yeah, definitely. So I guess what I'd like to do is, not so much a shill out, but I'd like everyone to have a chat about what's going on in their world, rather than do the shill, if that makes sense. Obviously, do the shill in there, but talk about what's going on in your world in the next sort of week or so. So I'll throw down to I'll mix it up, and I'll throw down to Sam to start with. And what do you got coming up, mate? What's going on? What's happening with Sam this week?
It's been a really hectic week for me, and I say that with full understanding that I'm in a very lucky position relative to a lot of people in the last week or so, because my drama, I suppose, this week is over the last month or so, my partner and I have actually been looking for a house, and we were ready to, or are ready to, sign on the dotted line and commit ourselves to a pretty big decision. And this week has made that decision not the same decision. Well, it's not the same things that we need to consider, but the decision might change. It might stay the same. I don't know. We're meant to be signing forms tomorrow, and so that's been a bit stressful. So yeah, it's been, but again, I fully recognize that there are people in way worse situations at the moment. I've been working from home most of this week, which I think is a pretty similar story for a lot of people. And my partner's been working from home, and she actually works as a employment relations advisor for the hotel industry. So listening to her calls and listening to the decisions that she's helping guide businesses through is very, very eye-opening and very, I don't know why I went down this road, because this is a bit of a bummer, but it's a tough time at the moment. And yeah, so I feel kind of shitty that I'm like bitching about, like I'm stressed about, oh shit, I'm in a position where I can afford a house technically, and it's really tough on me now. But I try to balance that with, well, those of us that are in positions that are a little bit more secure and not as affected by things like tourism and hospitality, we've still got to like spend money. Like, that's a healthy, good thing for society. So I don't know. That's my headspace at the moment. So it was good to be on stream and good to catch up with everyone, because it's been a pretty hectic day between that and work. So.
And how are you coping, I guess, with everything that's going on? I guess.
Oh, look, I cope well, and it sounds arrogant, but I'm pretty resilient, so I'm okay. Like I'm good at recognizing when I'm going down that path, and good at recognizing when I'm stressed, and so I sort of am pretty proactive at like looking after that and managing that myself. So Animal Crossing came out last night, so we got that going for us. So that's exciting. So we're being very mindful of the things that we're very happy about at the moment, and just navigating a very difficult time in the best way we can, without sort of necessarily not doing anything and being too scared to do anything. We want to be specific, we want to be informed, and we still want to move, like make decisions that we can make decisions on given the circumstances of the world, because being fearful is not going to help. It's not going to get us past this any quicker, but neither is being rash and trying to find that middle ground. That's what I've been trying to figure out all week, and don't know. We're signing something tomorrow. I'll let you know how that goes in a month or two.
So what I will ask you is two very important questions for everyone who's watching. What's one TV show you would recommend binging, and one movie everyone should watch while they're locked down?
If you're lucky enough to be in Australia, the Miyazaki films are all out on Netflix, and if you're not in Australia, if you've got a VPN, you'll find your way to it. Recently, I watched Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, which is an old Miyazaki film, which is was really good. Sorry?
He said it's actually one of my mom's favorites. She loves them.
Oh, really?
Miyazaki films.
It's the films are so beautiful, and like while Nausicaa is it's a desolate world, it's still a very optimistic film, and I quite like that take. It's not the very a lot of post-apocalyptic style films are very dark and very pessimistic and very humans sort of degenerate, whereas this is a lot more hopeful, optimistic and stuff. So that I would recommend right now. And for binging, I want to say BoJack Horseman because I got a video about it. But look, there's stuff that I probably like more personally. But if I was to go, okay, it could be anyone out there listening, and what's probably on average going to be the most enjoyed by people. BoJack Horseman is fantastic. 6 seasons. It is complete as well. The story is 100% tied up. There is no cliffhangers. It was cancelled, but they told the entire story. And so I think there's lots of that to get through. Really clever writing, really fantastic visual art style, and visual jokes, and just fantastic story. Really highly recommend it. So,
all right, let's move across to Jay. Jay, what do you got going on this week? Well, we've kind of covered a bit of that, but what have you got going on this week?
I'm just making that the Richard Ramirez video, and then other than that, I got my interviews. And then nothing really. I just kind of going through the motions. It's been kind of a slow week. I said I tried a couple times this week to get that recording done, and it just didn't sound good. So I finally got it done. Got it played with this morning before we started this. So, other than that, yeah. And
so movie and TV show.
Movie, you gotta watch Blues Brothers. You gotta go Blues Brothers. It's great music, great acting. I mean, overall storyline is just fabulous. And for TV shows, there's so many of them, man. Justified, Sons of Anarchy, Spartacus. If you're want something a little more lighthearted, there's always Buffy and Angel.
Oh, I gotta watch Buffy.
If you're into crime shows, Blue Bloods is always a good one to watch. So yeah, I say it's not the right show for that, because I could go on forever. But yeah, there's quite a few of them. I mean, just like I said, just I would shoot for the top 3: Justified, Sons of Anarchy, and Spartacus. Don't watch any of them with kids. Especially Spartacus. Do not watch Spartacus with kids.
I think it's pretty good advice. Anything we recommend on this channel, don't do with kids.
Yeah, and Lissy definitely right there. Supernatural. Yep, into season 15 right now. So good. Last episode was really good.
Was it? I haven't watched it yet.
Picard's last episode was really good too.
Oh, I haven't watched that either. So shut up.
Picard. Holy shit!
No,
I watched it for you.
Shush.
Holy shit!
Shut up. I haven't watched it yet.
I'm shutting up. You know what really sucks? The episode before, Lissy hadn't watched, and the new one's dropped. I'm watching it. She's sitting there. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to make a big sacrifice for you, and this is love. We're going to watch last week's episode before we watch next week's, but we're watching one straight after the other. So it was an hour late.
Lissy, I would never let him do that. again. No way. You make him rewatch the last week's one, and then you watch the new one.
That's what we did.
That's what he said.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Well, you
What a good story I am.
confused my drug-addled,
I'm
sick,
very,
addled
very
brain.
kind. I'm very kind to my Australian wife. I'm very kind to my American wife.
Oh, I do have an announcement. I will be watching The Life of Brian this weekend at some point.
Oh, thank fuck for that. About time.
Actually, okay. How and when?
Uh,
I feel like we need to do this in a stream.
It's in my Netflix queue.
All right, so we'll talk after this. We need to do this in a stream. This has to happen because I mean, biggest dickest commands it, but
Biggest dickish.
if you've watched it, you get that.
It must be from the movie because I didn't get it. I mean, I recognize it. I don't get the. You know, I know the biggest diggest name, but I guess I don't know the reference. So,
Well, you will know, and okay. Well, we'll talk after, and I think this is something that it's a community event. You know, it's Jay watches one of the funniest movies ever. So, all right, Ed, I'm going to pop to you next, and what do you got going on this week? What's going on in your world, mate?
Well, we had to get my wife set up in the living room with all of her computer equipment for work because we are quarantined. So, yeah, apparently pretty much the entire state of Pennsylvania is on lockdown almost. So,
Fantastic.
Yeah. So she's working from home.
I'm your quarantine buddy there.
Yeah. It's kind of nice, though. I get to spend a little bit more time with her. You know, so I don't really mind that too much.
I have to spend more time with my daughter and my brothers, so yeah. It's not the same.
I'm gonna try and put out some more content here and keep my channel growing. And you know, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to me so far. I broke 30 today. I'm up to 31.
Hey!
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, everyone go and sub to Ed. He's amazing.
Yeah,
we
right.
want him to beat Amanda in how fast he can get to 100.
No one beats Amanda.
No one beats Amanda.
10,000 now?
What? Chris?
Aren't you at about 10,000, 20,000 now? Or?
Yeah, no. Not
Yeah,
really.
I guess I'm gonna have to watch this Life of Brian since it's a atheist community event. And
Hang on, you haven't watched The Life of Brian? Okay,
I don't
this is going to be a thing.
movies.
I haven't
No.
seen it either.
Oh, Sam, you are banned from Friday Night Six Pack.
Yeah. I don't.
Hey,
really
half of us haven't seen it. That's statistically relevant.
Okay. You want to know what's wrong with the atheist community? This.
This.
I don't really watch movies or TV, so
Oh, well, we can forgive that then.
Yeah, we're doing a watch along now. We are doing a watch along.
well, although I have this past of being, a hardcore white supremacist and kind of having a violent past, I'm really an undercover nerd. I read a lot.
Well, then you fit in fine here because we're all fucking nerds.
Yeah. Now
You're talking to a guy with a
Ed,
massive comic
what
book
do you
collection, so-
read? What is your pleasure in the written word?
A lot of
And just to clarify that, Ed, Jen wants to know, what is your pleasure?
Yeah, screw you.
I really do read a lot of history stuff. I'm a big history buff.
Oh yeah. Well, you and Chris will get along like a house on fire then.
Yeah, I read a lot of wartime history.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm just amazed by like the Paleontonic Wars and more the Trojan Wars and
Well, that
ancient.
sounds like a stream in the making, doesn't
We
it?
need to
Amanda?
talk.
There's a stream there.
Me and you need to talk more.
All right.
I
All
love
right,
the.
so I'm going to move along now, and Jen, you've been very quiet tonight, Jen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I started out quiet, but the drunker I got, the more loud I got, and I know
And
that's
Jen's
true.
been sending us messages the whole time, going, "I'm really sorry if I'm quiet." It's just like, You're not being quiet, Jen. That's okay.
Yeah,
We love you.
I was at the beginning, but the drunker I got, the more loud I got. I am aware that's how I get. I am also aware that I am only a couple of drinks away from being fucked out of my brain on alcohol. Yeah, sorry, Chris. I've just demonetized you.
I wasn't monetized to start with. I'm assuming I'll never be monetized.
Yeah. Well, you have me on your stream. What do you expect?
Well, if I wanted to be monetized, I wouldn't have Jen, but I do, and I'm happy with that. I'm okay.
If I ever wanted to be monetized, Jen's got to go bye-bye.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you know the rules.
I love you too.
I have to bring in Ed for my co-host.
What the fuck, Jay?
To be honest, Jay, I wouldn't blame you. To be honest, Jay, I would not blame you. What was the question?
Everyone, hang on 1 second. 1 second. My best mate has just popped in the chat.
Oh, hang on.
Hey, Robert?
Yep, Robert.
Robert.
Everyone,
hey, Robert.
Everyone say hey to Bobby Mac.
Bobby Mac.
Hey, Bobby Mac.
My best mate, love the guy to death. Absolutely love him to death. So, really pumped he's jumped in the satellite. Like I said, this is all part of my. I just put it out there on my personal page today and doxed myself because, well, I'm not going to let any other fuckwit do it. So, I chose to be the fuckwit who did it. So, hey, Bobby, good to see you, mate. And he's even put a good day up there. So, so actually,
I would just
Amanda,
like to point out, Bobby, that I'm not usually drunk off my brain in streams. This
yes,
is
she is.
unusual.
Yes, she is.
False.
No. That's happened once.
False.
No.
What?
Just
You say that every fucking time.
I
It's
say
only happened once before.
Yeah, but people, these streams are on the internet. People can go back.
Yeah, so they can
can
check
know.
them.
They can check that you
Yeah.
are bullshitting.
now, Bobby, just so you know, mate, in the chat there. So, Mama Atheist is my American wife. As my best mate, you probably should know that. So, we'll introduce you guys at one stage, but yeah, that's all right. And Bobby's actually Scottish, so it's all good. So,
Oh my god! Can you ever persuade him to get in the stream? Because a Scottish dude getting drunk off his brain with me getting drunk off my brain would be fucking awesome.
We have the Irish guy coming on that'll might get so he usually gets drunk on the streets anyway.
Jen, you're just a sucker for an accent, aren't you?
I love it. I mean, I've been to England. I love the Scottish accent. It gets me wet. So, yeah.
Oh,
Good to know.
Fucking great.
The funny thing is, Bobby Mac went out one night, and there was a lot of beers involved, and anyway, I decided to bung on just for shits and giggles a fake Scottish accent, and told people that that Rob, who is Scottish, is just bunging it on. He does it for the attention of the girls and all that. Anyway, they all went, yeah, he's clear. They all thought I was the Scottish guy and he was bunging it on. I'm just like,
oh wow, that's awesome.
It was.
Well,
it was pretty.
I lived in Scotland long enough that there was one night when I was drunk going home, and I was like, I need to go home. I was like, oh shit, and like it just was like I'd been there for that long that it just came out.
So if you lived in Scotland, where did you live in Scotland, Sam?
Edinburgh, right off the grass market. I could see the castle right at my living room.
I have one question for you. Who's your team?
You know what's sad about that?
No,
Sam?
not the Rangers.
I do the same thing. If I'm around people with accents long enough, I start actually using their accent.
And Rob's just thrown in there Hamish McGregor because that was my Scottish alias. I was Hamish McGregor, and he was Andrew McDougall.
I can what you're saying,
And we made a joke. And if you make any Hamish and Andy jokes, you can just go and get fucked because we've heard nothing but.
Robert, you need to get on stream with us so we can have a good old chinwag.
Not after what you fucking said, Jen.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but well done, Jen. But no, we will get Bobby Mac on at some point.
Oh
so,
please.
because I've got it. Well, you know what? Now that I'm doxxed, who gives a shit? Seriously.
Exactly.
I mean,
so let's get him on.
I'm not only doxxed, but I'm double doxxed. Like it's just
super doxed.
I mean, if there's any country that can keep up with an Aussie drinking, it's the Scottish.
No. Look, I've been out drinking with Rob, and he goes home in the. I'll never forget my birthday weekend, and putting him in a taxi while he was trying to eat his kebab, and just thinking this is just Anyway, but me and the other Aussies just kept going, but that was a good one.
Awesome.
I can confirm I've been to their country.
So
they don't keep up.
Anyway, Chris, you were going to ask me some questions, so go for it.
Yes. So,
which accent makes you wet again?
Well, we know a couple of accents that make Jen wet, and I think it's all of them.
That's not true. I just happen to love the Scottish accent. I was quite young when I went to Scotland, and I've got this thing about Scottish accents. They're just absolutely fucking adorable.
Well, I'll get Bobby Mack on, and he can soothe you with some.
Oh my god, I will be swooning.
Oh, it's all good. So, Jan, give us a movie and give us a TV show that everyone needs to watch.
My favorite movie of all time is Princess Bride. I don't think there's any confusion about that amongst people in the chat. I
was actually expecting you to say Highlander, but
no, okay. Princess Bride is my favorite movie.
Raven. That's Raven's favorite movie.
Yay, Raven! You are fucking awesome. It is an absolutely amazing movie. As far as TV programs, I stopped watching The Flash about 18 months ago, but I've actually started watching the end of the current season because I got interested again.
Good. Good.
But
did it get better? Boring.
Yeah, it got better.
Did it get better because it was getting boring? I haven't watched last.
It got better
after everything after Crisis is pretty good.
Is a lot better. So I'm quite interested in the whole. Well, no, I'm not going to spoil it. Despite of how drunk I am, I'm not going to spoil it. But yeah, everything. If you watch Crisis and on, it's actually really good. The Flash. So
the proper Crisis happened 35 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but that's the TV show Crisis episodes are actually quite good. If you follow the Flash from post Crisis, it's actually really good too. And I'm actually kind of enjoying it. I can't believe I'm watching them again. It's like, what's happening? But the other thing I want to watch is the new season of Altered Carbon, but I haven't had time to do it yet.
I watched like 10 minutes of the first episode, and I got sidetracked and did something else, and I haven't been able to get back to it.
Oh, okay. So, but I want to try it because I love the first season.
Incidentally, people,
I want to watch.
As it stands right now, we're outrating Aaron Ra and Jim Majors on Daily Atheist.
Oh wow!
Ooh. It's because we have Ed on.
It's because Ed's amazing, and Amanda, of course. I mean, who's not going to watch it?
I'm always an afterthought. You know that every single time, Jen. Oh, and Amanda.
You are anything
you have
but
to
nothing.
name the guest first, don't you?
No, you're the guest first. You're not a guest. You're a regular. You're part of the furniture. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
One of us.
Who said that?
I am. I know. I'm just saying. It no matter what, every time it's Jen is always like, "Oh, and Amanda."
No, it's not like that. You are my co-host for Critical Bitches. You are also going to be my co-host on a couple of episodes of Communications, and they are going to be absolutely awesome. But I'm not going to talk about them yet because we've got to finalize the dates. And you are brilliant, Amanda. If anyone's not subscribed to Amanda in the chat, please go and subscribe because she is freaking amazing.
Are you kidding? Everyone, I think that she's got the most subs on YouTube. Like,
give her 6 months and she will be dwarfing us all.
I'm creeping up to Sam though.
You are. Yeah. You are doing really well.
Hang on. You're creeping on Sam.
I'm not leaving you, Chris. Don't worry.
I'm doubly jealous.
No. Actually, I should say I'm not leaving you, Lissy. So,
anyone go and watch my newest video because I pull apart Spirit Science because it was awesome fun.
On a really boring movie.
Yeah, no, Interstellar is an okay movie, but
It's awesome.
Spirit
It's one of the-
Science
it's one of the
just
best
fucking
movies.
didn't understand it at all. He did not understand the movie at all.
It's amazing. It's a great movie.
It was boring. I shut it off after like 45 minutes.
It's an okay
Well, there you
movie
go.
at best,
You
Chris.
missed-
I'm
You missed the
sorry,
meat of it.
but it's not as it's Give me a second. It doesn't mean what Spirit Science thinks it means. Do you want to know what's hilarious? I'm pissed out of my brain, and I'm still more coherent than Spirit Science.
Right, so Amanda, what movie and what TV show do we need to binge watch?
So I don't get to talk about what's going on in my life. I just get that one.
Then use your time, Amanda.
Well, actually, no, because what I was going to do was get the movie and TV show out of the way first, so I could spend more time talking about what's going on in your life.
Okay.
Because
sure.
something big happened yesterday, and I was going to lead up to that.
Okay, so movie. I mean, my favorite is The Departed, but right now I'd go with Cabin in the Woods. I don't know. What's that, Jay?
Just watched that last week again.
Yeah.
Hang on. Is Cabin in the Woods the one where the turkey fucks the girl?
No.
Okay.
We
Now
were
I'm
talking
more
about
creeped
that
out
with
than I was when you said Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods is the Joss Whedon one with all the it's a slasher film, but there's also fucking monsters because it's Joss Whedon.
Oh, it's
very good. But no, we were talking about Cabin in the Woods and that one, the one with the rooster or whatever, the other day. So that's probably why you mixed it up. TV show, I would go for Boardwalk Empire because it's a totally underrated, underwatched show. It ended a few years ago, but it's a Scorsese show. He did it with Mark Wahlberg, and it's about bootlegging and gangsters in the 1920s, and it's fucking amazing. So watch that.
So does it have good vibrations or?
I have a video called that.
Actually, you're
course
from
you do.
Martin area. Do you know him?
What?
He's from your way, isn't he?
Who? I didn't hear you.
Martin.
Oh, yeah, no, he's from Boston. So my family's from Boston. You would think, but no, never met him. But good show, nonetheless.
So the Boston connection. So going back in the day, were you an NKOTB fan?
I resisted it for a really long time, but then I did kind of get into it when they, after a while. But that was the only boy band I ever listened to, only because I was really young in the 90s for it. So I will admit to that.
What about the Backstreet Boys?
No, fuck no. I was done with that shit by then.
Justin Timberlake, come on.
5.
No. I'm a Nirvana girl, so Nirvana and Biggie Smalls.
So Nirvana and New Kids on the Block.
Eclectic mix.
Club 7.
So you've had a big week this week.
Yes.
Something wonderful and magical happened yesterday.
Who was he?
What was that?
I mean, what, my birthday? That's
yes, birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Birthday to
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear American atheist. Happy birthday to you.
We are
You know what? I
so
was
shit
leading
at
to that, but Jen jumped in.
Thank you.
Jen saved you. Hey, hang on a second. Can we say happy birthday? Sister wife's here to say happy birthday.
Sister wife.
Thank you. I love you.
Oh, you two wouldn't have the same colour shirt on. I mean,
I'm wearing my Nevermore shirt.
Nobody else has got one.
Yeah.
Chris,
I see how you all are.
I can't afford one yet.
Ulysses got the tank top because it's warm there. So,
Chris, does this mean that you are now a Mormon?
It Looks a bit cold there, Melissa. What's going on? I made her look. No, she's fine. She's fine. It's okay. It's okay. So, a big happy birthday from us to you.
Thank you, guys.
How did you celebrate your 21st?
I watched
crap. How
Clone
young
Wars.
was she when she had Angel?
I was pretty young.
She was about 4, but
Yeah. No, we since it was nice because he is home, so we watched Clone Wars for a lot of the
hang
day.
on. It's nice because your teenage son was home.
Yeah.
Normally, it's like get the fuck out of the house. Go
Yeah,
away.
but you
Normally-
gotta remember, it's not just any normal teenage son. It's Twink Jesus.
Yes. Jesus was actually incredibly nice to me yesterday. He baked me a cake. He's never
the
done
cake.
that
Looked pretty
before.
Ooh.
Yes. And it
I
was
saw
really
the
fucking good too. So
Oh, wow.
no, he was very sweet. But he'll go back to being an
Was it
asshole
Was it a special cake with special things in it?
today. No, I had that earlier, like pretty much all day.
Oh, wow.
We're talking about sugar, people. We're talking about sugar.
Yes,
Just-
Yeah, I don't believe you, Chris.
So, who hasn't done their favorite movie yet?
I think we all.
We've
I'll
all
do it.
done it,
Well,
Chris. It's down to you.
I mean,
Yeah, I was
my
last.
favorite movie is We Were Soldiers.
Ooh, such a good movie.
I love that movie.
Love that movie. That's such a good movie.
Well, this weekend I'm going to recommend everyone watches 2001: A Space Odyssey, followed by
That's a
20.
movie.
Just for the classic sci-fi. And if you want in all seriousness, if you want a TV show to binge watch the hell out of, Babylon 5. Watch
Oh,
Babylon.
please, yes. Babylon 5
Yeah.
is freaking amazing.
Season one's a little bit painful, but just get through it because seasons 2, 3, and 4 are the greatest sci-fi you will ever see in your life. But you need to watch 1, and then subsequently you want to watch 5 after as well.
I'm guessing that means, Amanda, that if Bionic Dance doesn't do Babylon 5, Chris is, and I'm still doing Doctor Who.
Yeah, she'll probably pick it though. So
Yeah, I'm thinking she probably will because she is a big addict to Babylon 5. But I'll
So
give it
think
to Chris
something else,
if she
Chris.
doesn't take it. So
okay, just because she mentioned it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
just
look,
because you mentioned it, Chris.
my daughter's name isn't Delenn, but she was almost called Delenn.
Oh, Babylon 5 is amazing. It's one of my all-time
it
favorite
is.
sci-fis.
It is the greatest TV show ever to grace the planet.
Hey, I named my kid after a TV show character, so
I can beat you on that, and I'll tell
And
you
I
off
bet you
screen.
he's shittier with you for it.
In fact, I'll put it in the private chat for us here. Those of you who are nerds will understand. That's my oldest daughter's name.
that's pretty cool, Chris. Are you
Wanna
still
know
looking,
what's a
Jay?
pretty cool old sci-fi? Blake's 7.
Nice.
Blake's 7 is an amazing... If you want to catch something that was made in the 70s that is absolutely an awesome sci-fi, if you can get past the absolutely crappy special effects, it is an amazing story. The first 3 seasons are brilliant. The later seasons are a bit lackluster, but it's still good. Blake 7 is amazing. It's written by Terry Nation, and it's brilliant.
My
Now,
copy of Cabin in the Woods must be out in the living room. I can't find it.
On that note, I'm actually going to. I think we'll end it there. We've almost gone 3 hours actually, so
Yeah.
that's a pretty good effort. So we might end it there. I would encourage everyone duck over to the Daily Atheist. We've got Aaron Lara and Jim Majors on today. So
Yeah, you got Lauren right now. Jim's not there.
okay, so Aaron's there. So definitely pop over, check out Daily Atheist. Everyone, do me a favor in the chat. Just put Atheist Pastor sent me.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a joke that me and the Daily Atheist have, and just everyone jump over and go, Atheist Pastor sent me, and trust me, it'll be good. All right. So on that note, Jen, you need to tell me how to finish this stream, but
Finish
I'm
up
just
as you
going
want,
to
and then I'll run the outro.
go for it.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
My friend.
Sorry I was late.